believe we're live. Hello, friends. Just going to quickly change the game on Twitch. I was actually looking up how to do it through Stream Elements. Seems a little more complicated than I think it should be, unless I'm just not understanding something. So that's why I do this every time. Eventually it'll click and I'll learn it, and it'll be like simpler than I thought. But I guess I'm not there yet, which is fine, you know. So we're just going to quickly change the thing, because it always says WoW as like the base setting. Just a second, we'll change it. We'll get in Diablo. A little bit of, I mean, I guess I could say the word is disappointing. Feels a little bit disappointing, although not that, you know, it will just be me today playing, because when it was with Dennis, it was an absolute blast. You know, like how it is like playing by myself is a lot of fun. Playing with Dennis is even more fun. Playing with Dennis and Torin is like 3 times as much fun. And then playing with Aaron takes one away, so it's only twice as fun. I'm joking. But the more people you play with, the more fun that it is. So it is a little bit disappointing, just because we are playing solo, but we'll figure it out. You know, thankfully he showed us the ropes well enough. I think. I'd like to think. We'll see. And hopefully people will be. Let me know if the game is too loud too, as well. If it is, I can turn it down. But the sound settings seem to be okay so far. But it does say. Does it still say World of Warcraft? Does it say Diablo now? Because it should say Diablo now, as the game is set. Yeah, it does. Perfect. But there are WoW drops, so we are going to be streaming WoW this week. I feel like because WoW's the main game, anyways. Because there's drops, now's a good time to stream. Maybe I don't know. That's what my logic is telling me, but who the hell knows? Anyways, it's just sort of an excuse to do WoW anyways. So I think Dennis showed us a good amount of the ropes on what we're doing. So maybe we can take the torch from this here on out, at least until he comes back, and try to make a dent in this game. A meaningful dent. Following his logic, though, I am going to continue with the main storyline, because... What is that? A portal activator. Because he's right that you lose sight of the story if you're not focusing on the main story first. If you're doing all these side missions, like there's too much going on at once. So we'll focus on the main story. I noticed that with WoW too. We'll bang out the main story, and then we'll come back and do all the side quests, because the side quests, I don't believe, bleed into the main story. They're completely unrelated. So let's get into it. And right, Q. I have to remember all like the hotkeys are slightly different. So we're on Act 3 already. Some sort of exciting, somewhat Diablo-related, somewhat WoW-related news. When I got this, I was told to connect my Steam. I got this through Steam. So I was told, it was actually a gift from Dennis, that's why we were playing together. You know, he's very kind to do that. He was told me to, I believe, connect it to my BattleNet. I believe he told me that. So I did, and for some reason, I found out that I was under the impression that when you have this game on the same account as a World of Warcraft account, and you have this edition of the game, you should have like a mount in World of Warcraft just as a free gift for like owning this game. Hey Torrance, great to see you. So I googled it, and it turned out to be true. So I'm like, that's interesting, because I linked it and I've played it a few times and I still don't have the mount. So I didn't know. I just said whatever. Maybe I misunderstood, or maybe you have to buy it through BattleNet, not through Steam, in order for that to unlock or whatever. And the only reason why I really cared is because it was free, number one. Number two, like mounts are my biggest thing in WoW. So anyways, I logged in yesterday, and I saw that I had a little notification thing. This is like a week or two later at this point, from Blizzard, saying, hey, you've unlocked this like Diablo mount in WoW. So yesterday I logged into like retail, and it was cool to find that the mount was there. And coincidentally enough, and the reasons why I'm bringing it up, the mount is the boss that we just fought last stream. Which was really cool, because I made a comment on the boss, how sick the boss looked. The 3-headed dog with he had like heads protruding from his side. So I thought that was really cool that we just fought him, so he's relevant, and that so happens to be the mount in WoW as well, which flies, which is pretty cool. But what made me think of it is we're on Act 3, because I believe that was the ending of Act 2. So seeing that we're on Act 3, which I was shocked by the way. But let's get into it. So, hey Torn, it's wonderful to see you though. Hope you're having a nice day. Oh, so we can port there. Thankfully, we fixed our mouse wheel, if you didn't remember from last time, so it's much easier to zoom in and out. Is that where we're going? Holy moly, what a ways away. So what we can port here to save us a little bit of time, really quick. Do you need to sell anything? We have quite a bit of stuff to sell, actually, so we will go to the blacksmith really quick. That's the blacksmith. I see him banging away. Okay. I can't say how wonderful it is. Oh, look at that. That's sick. Gain 20% increased damage to a set of damage types for 7 seconds. Oh, I see. So I don't think that's necessarily great for Necromancer. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, people that play Diablo, maybe you'll be like, that's stupid to say that because it's great, but I was under the impression, from what I thought I read, that just like general damage transfers to the demons, and that's sort of what you're going for, because if the demons do more damage, then that's just, you're sort of funneling all your damage into the demons. That's what I was under the impression of. I could be incorrect. Last time we played, so this is legendary, so we're not going to replace it even though it's better armor. 10 seconds granting... Wow, that's interesting. 6% basic skill damage, 50% movement speed. I think this one... Lucky you had 50% chance to heal 3% life. Yeah, I don't know which one's better, honestly. It seems better. I guess he says don't overthink it too much. I think he did say don't overthink it too much because you're going to replace the gear so much anyways. But I'm just trying to learn and have an understanding of like stat priority. So as the numbers do start to matter a little bit more, maybe I'll have a greater understanding of what I'm aiming for. It's helpful how like the colors are in green to show like the 3% like increase. But I don't think I'm going to replace any of this stuff just because it's plain armor when I'm replacing a legendary, because the legendaries have all the special abilities. So like that, you lose the intelligence, but you gain the maximum life. It's more armor. We'll just go with that. Okay, I think we'll... And the boots, you gain 30% increased movement speed when moving away from slowed or chilled enemies. Okay, that's not that great. So we'll sell everything, I guess. All items. And worst case scenario, we'll get something else. Who cares? Okay. Now we'll port here, and then we'll walk. It's, I believe, a very long walk. We got a long way to go. I'm a little rusty. It's been a few days since we played the game, so I gotta try to remember the hotkeys and stuff. My god, like, okay, so it doesn't even show us where to go on the map because we have discovered it, but we can look at the mini-map and discover it that way. And I know you can speed up. Goodness, like, it's hard to know. When do you fight the enemies? Do you just always ignore the enemies your whole way to your destination? Or, like, is it good to, like, level as you're going long distances so you can just have a little bit more... See, here's, like, a event or something. Like, is it good to do this just... Because this isn't a side quest, it's just a quick event, and then maybe you'll get more XP or loot or something. I don't know. Goodness, what does this do? Blood mist? Disperse into a bloody mist, becoming immune for 3 seconds, periodically for damage. And heal. Right, and this is the... You put that down, they become cursed, I remember that. Goodness. It's gonna take a second to get back into it. Thankfully, the minions, I believe, do most of it. I think, like, it takes a little bit of time for my brain to, like, remember what I have to do with this character, because it's not as simple as, like a warrior kind of class, I guess. Like, in a Baldur's Gate, it's fairly simple, at least. And I feel like a lot of warriors generally are like that. Like, this one does just AoE, this one does frontal cone, this one stuns, this one generally, I mean, not all, maybe this game's very different, but I generally find, like, the simpler warrior Unga Bunga classes to be easier to play and remember than, like, some of these caster classes. Watch like, Barbarian in this game be, like, crazy skill ceiling, honestly. But usually, I thought they were a little bit more like Unga Bunga builds. Just hit stuff really hard. Right. Forgot about the Golem Taunt. That's really helpful. Awesome. And we can heal with number 3 as well. Oh, it's a boss now. Maybe? Maybe not. Oh, whoa. Taunt, 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 taunt. Come on. How do you zoom out of there? That's its Q. Q heals. Whoops, that was dumb. Mounting up was dumb. Well, that was a little bit sloppy. But we survived. So, that's what happens when you don't get carried. I see. We gotta avoid these things. I see. We're still fighting stuff. I thought so. This is unrelated. These are just the mobs maybe we pulled. It's nice to see you, Dennis. Look at that. That's fun. That little emote. Okay. I'll be honest. I have not looked up a Necromancer build yet. Like I did a little bit of research, like late at night, but nothing like too in depth yet. I do remember you saying though last time like this worked well enough. So I gotta work. My biggest issue right now is working on like movement. Okay, I think we're good. Well, that was a very intense way to start. That was exciting. I must say, I'm very impressed with the story so far. I think I said it last time, but I didn't know if Diablo... The cinematics are always sick, but I didn't know like how much the actual story... Because I feel like, I don't know, when the game, when it's like this perspective, top-down, it's not as immersive, although they do a very good job in this version of Diablo. I've seen previous versions. Not that... Maybe they were limited by technology at the time, I don't know. But I think it's harder to have a proper immersion in this type of game because it's top-down versus like first-person or whatever the other... Maybe like third-person. Although this might be third-person. Maybe it's just the angle I'm referring to then. But I think they do a pretty good job. Considering limitations of like the genre of the game or whatever. This is gonna hurt. Yeah. We're not dead? We're not dead? Really? I thought we'd die from that. Yeah, Necro is fun. Like it takes a little bit of movement to get used to, but you can see how like it's fun. Seems a little bit more I would imagine more difficult than some of the other classes I saw when I was watching videos. Like it seemed like the Barbarian might be a little bit easier to play. I don't know, again. But I was certainly eyeing it because it seems like fun. The Rogue looks difficult because the Rogue looks a lot faster, so I feel like you sort of have to get used to faster paced combat, unless the person I was watching was just really good at the game. But it just seems like by nature of the class, it's a little bit of a faster paced class. I'm not sure. Is this a new town we just discovered? And we're much closer. Cool. So that's a portal. So next time we get, I see we're slowly unlocking the map, but we haven't unlocked here yet. Whatever this is. I wonder if... That's interesting because we've unlocked here, but we don't have any of this part. So I wonder if I somehow miss that or if I'll go back there later. We'll see what happens. We'll do the story, and if we miss that, we'll go back and see.
My uncle always tried to convince me that this place was named after him. He loved this town almost as much as he loved making up stories.
The portal's this way, I see. Right here. And then, so we'll do the quest first. Because we'll get sidetracked by, I'm sure, a million NPCs here.
The mill breaks down so often we'd be better off with a damn mortar and pestle.
Alright, it's this way. Enemies. Marauders. Is that like pirate or something? Is that what marauder means? What's marauder mean? I feel like it's like, I thought it was like pirate or something. Robber or something maybe? Like pillager? Is that what it means? Something like that? What's that? Loose stone. Huh. I guess leave no rock unturned. Is that the saying? Hey, tier 5 tier reward to claim. Alright. Wow, hornets. What are those things? Holy. They're like just called beasts. They look almost like warthogs mixed with a woolly mammoth sort of. I see, like, to play from a distance, it's like safer to like be a little bit don't know what the word is, like, it's not skittish, but like play like back and forth, sort of, like kiting a little bit. Seems to be a little bit safer. Unless I'm just missing something. We are though, so that's something I gotta be mindful of. Since I changed my talents to the Blight, I like it a lot, but I do go quite quick, because I probably spam it more often than I should, honestly. I should have brought coffee. Oh no, you went to work. That's rough. Do you guys not have like a coffee machine at work or anything? I made a coffee just before we went live. Why I was a little bit later than I'd like to have been, but... And weirdly enough, dude, I have been looking... I've checked a few places now for like... There's one specific blend of coffee that I like. Most of the inscription has been lost to time. A few barely legible words read, "Greet death, open arms." Interesting. Oh, that's like death, I see. There's one specific blend I like, and I can't find it. A few places that I've been to, so I'm gonna have to like go a little bit out of the way tomorrow morning to get it, so I can make that damn coffee already. It sucks. I was supposed to see my parents this weekend, and then I thought they could bring it up for me, but that fell through, so I didn't see them, so I'm gonna have to like literally drive for like maybe half an hour, maybe 40 minutes to go to like Starbucks, because where I used to live, Starbucks was like hop, skip, and a jump. Now it's a little bit further. I was trying to avoid going there, but like, fuck it. So Starbucks it is. At least they'll have what I want. Like, I was looking for that same blend at like Costco and other places, and they had ground, but no one had whole bean. They had every whole bean except for the one blend I was looking for. And I'm like, I was debating, well, I could like try something else, but I want to do the first time with the thing that I know, or that I know I like. That way, I get to experience this wonderful device as it's intended, if that makes sense. We're sort of healing well, I see. We're sort of backtracking just a little bit, but... Now we should... Whoa! That's not a player, is it? There's no way that's a player. It's gotta be an NPC, right? I still can't really tell the difference. I think I sort of can sometimes because of, like, transmogs or, like, the way people move, but sometimes... Sometimes I thought players were NPCs.
Bandits haunt the roads around here.
Father always wanted to see the markets of Ket Badu. I wish he had made it.
So this is where we have to go. I see it's a town. I thought we were going to like a temple or something. So many side quests. Oh my god.
Can we never have peace? Shouting and cursing all.
Oh, is it over?
He's still breathing. He is lucky to be.
Daruk? This gentleman. What happened here?
That old man there. He claims to be Horadrim, but he drinks like an ox.
Lorath.
He came to town days ago, looking for a servant of the demon Lilith.
I thought he died. Didn't I thought he... Alright.
Seems he didn't like what he found.
I see. I will take it from here.
Who are you?
He and I met in the Fractured Peaks. I saw his pale man in a vision, if you can believe it.
Enough. He's yours. Just keep away from the bottle, both of you.
Little off topic, but I don't remember if I told you guys last time we joined a raiding guild, so I believe our first raid, Molten Core, is scheduled for, I think it's Saturday, which isn't normally a stream day, but we might have a bonus stream. If we go through with Molten Core, we end up doing it, I may throw on the stream. If we're going to do it anyways, why not? I thought it'd be fun, maybe fun like extra bonus content or whatever. So it wasn't Lorath that died, then it was the other gentleman that helped us, sacrificed himself. I mixed up their names, I think.
You told me to meet you here, Lorath. Remember?
Of course I remember. I'm just surprised you're not dead.
But I don't forget that voice. Man, he's got a great voice. They say that every time, and it's never gonna get old. It's never gonna get old.
I was attacked, obviously. by vast quantities of alcohol, wielded by my own treacherous hand. There may also have been a brawl with the goats over this patch of mud, but I like to think I triumphed.
Lorath, who is the Pale Man?
The Pale Man was Haradrim.
Horadrim? Then you must know him.
I thought I did, once. His name is Elias. He was my apprentice.
The Necromancer speaks
He
too
was the one
fancy
who brought
for a
me
Necromancer, in my opinion.
sanctuary. It's possible that I did not take the news very well.
What must we do then?
She sounds too posh.
Find it. Figure out what he's done. And then kill him. Listen. There's a woman here someplace. She has some messages we'll need. And I'm of no use to anyone right now. Could you find her? Enough time has been wasted.
It's nuts. Like, I know I keep saying this, but like, it is super immersive.
Check around the inn. Ask if she's heard from the Orbe Monastery.
Like, some of the most immersive experiences I've ever had in games have been games like probably like Elden Ring, when you first like when you take like the Grand Lift. If you guys have played Elden Ring, you take the Grand Lift and then it opens up, I think, Lindell. You see like Lindell for the first time. When you see some of those like structures and they're just ginormous, towering over you, and you can look forever in the distance, and you could just see more mountains and more areas, more unexplored stuff, monsters roaming. That's pretty immersive. But I think the most immersive experience ever, in my opinion, was like probably like Red Dead Redemption. But atmospherically, I feel that this game, in spite of its like top-down view, has still done such a good job that it's like clearly in like the top 10% of games I've played with like seriously strong immersion. Which I keep saying that because it's just, I find it, I love when it happens, but I find it very rare that a game feels like truly immersive, like you're actually stepping into the world. But when these like cinematics happen with your character, it's really like polished. It's really well done. This one's like a sleeper for me. I never would have guessed Diablo. That's my point. Like I've heard about it for so long, and I just never had any desire. And now that I'm here, I'm like, I've been sleeping on this. Like, this is nuts. Like, it's awesome.
No word from Orbe. Same as yesterday and the day before. But I have something else. Rumor has it a pale man passed through the Abaru Canyon some time ago. Fearsome fellow, dressed in black. After Lorath's performance last night, I wager he'll want to know.
Travelers beware. Do not travel through the Ashen Tread in the southern scarred coast without a mercenary escort. Interesting. So that's telling us, like, that's like a side thing we can do, I think. We do need to pick a talent. Every 5 seconds, your skeletal priest. Yeah, I think that's good. While you are healthy, your minions get 80% increased armor and 80%. That's also very strong. We'll do the priest one first, which we did last time, and then we for each active minion. That's crazy too, though. That's insane. Did we already pick that? I think we already picked that. Okay. Shadow Blade. All right. So we'll do the priest one first. Okay, let's do the RP stuff first. I was helping someone at work. Work has coffee. It's really bad coffee. I call it seed water. That's so funny, dude.
Oh, don't.
Seed water.
The poor fool never could have guessed that Lilith would come for Astaroth, let alone offer his boy to it. But what does she buy in return? Astaroth hails from the realm of hatred, same as she. Perhaps she left something at home. Inarius' stupidity never ceases to amaze. Had he not murdered Rathma, Lilith might have been stopped, but now she has the key to hell. We can assume she'll be looking for a door.
Okay.
Strange. I wrote to the Obey Monastery the day I arrived. The abbot should have replied by now.
Tekrin spoke of a rumor. A pale man
That's what they call Rizza, the abbot.
seen near the canyons.
The canyons? Why didn't you say so? We go at once. Ugh, but we can't leave Obey unchecked. Sod it. I'm off to the canyons. You can meet me there or go to the monastery.
Huh, shit.
You seem reliable thus far. Do not prove me wrong. The scholars of Obey devote their lives to the study of forbidden knowledge. To serve the light, we must know the darkness. Or some of the silly platitude. I wrote to the abbot seeking insights on Lilith. His silence is most unusual. The man never misses a chance to speak.
So do we go to the...
Is he insane, you mean? Elias was an exceptional mage. He would plunge through fire and shite in search of the truth, and very often found it. Whatever truth he has found in Lilith, only he can say the why of it.
That's so fascinating. Is this guy still alive, or will we at least find out what his involvement was with her? Okay, so he said you can go here or there. Yeah. Travel to speak with... So is it one or the other? Or do I get to do both? A pale man dressed in black has been in the canyon. If it was a former... Man, oh man. Maybe we get to do both. So that's the monastery. And that's the canyon. Let's go to the monastery. It seems like the monastery first. Because if they think that that is Elias, or whatever his name is, then this guy would tell us about why Elias would even come here. So we'll talk to him to learn about Elias first, and then we'll go look for Elias. That's how I understand that. I believe, even though that one's closer. I feel like it's still a hop, skip, and a jump. I don't mind cheap coffee. I drink Folgers. Oh, wow. Can't even drink when it's all coffee and creamer. That's crazy, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I've had some pretty bad coffee. Like, not to be like a, you know...
Where can we go home? Cat barbecue smells like smoke. The food is too salty. And yak fur is itchy.
That's funny. That kid's not gonna be happy. Not to be like I don't know, a purist or whatever, but I've had my share of terrible coffee, and it gets to a point where coffee is like so bad, especially when you want nothing more than coffee, and it tastes terrible. It's almost like better to just have water at that point. Like some restaurants have such atrocious coffee. It's like you're not even trying. Like even if you tried to make it bad, it would still taste better than this. This is crazy. Like, it's just insane. Oh, so we'll go here really quick. In Toronto, I see this is like a quest thing. Yeah. In Toronto, at least like where we're around, this is like a large Jewish community, and that means lots of like actual bakeries. Like bakeries where they make like fresh bagels every day. And you know, for like Jews, bagels are like a staple food. So you'd think with fresh bagels, nothing goes better than coffee. But man, all these joints that make fresh bakery stuff cannot for the life of them cook even make a half decent cup of coffee. I do not understand it. It's insane. It's so crazy to me. Oh, it's a goblin. Did I miss him? Where'd he go? Where'd the goblin go? I lost him. Oh well. Probably disappeared. I don't know where he went. That's not him, right? No, yeah, I lost him. So I just think it's strange, because, like, a bagel and coffee is so synonymous with each other. So I'm so shocked to know that like just you think if one place could just get both right at the same time, they would be like the richest place in Toronto. But like every single one of the places that have unbelievable bagels have absolutely awful coffee. So what a lot of people do is, and like this is not a joke, there's like a Starbucks everywhere in Toronto. Especially like the deeper you go into the city and the downtown core. So people will go to these, they'll go to Starbucks first, they'll get a coffee, and then they'll just take it into these like restaurants. And these restaurants have just like, recognized, yeah, we suck at making coffee, we're not going to try to make it better, we'll just let all these people bring Starbucks into our restaurants because they're going to do it anyways, because they all complain about our coffee. So at least they buy our bagels. And it's like, dude, why don't you just partner with like a local coffee joint? And like then you guys would crush it together. You guys promote each other. Like what goes better than like bagels and fresh coffee? It's the weirdest thing, man. Holy spiders. Come on. Well, I think we made it.
I won't forget this, stranger.
We lost him. We lost a few, but we survived. We did it. A little bit sloppy, but we did it. Tim Hortons, which is like our standard for the longest time in Canada, is just awful. It's the worst. It is so bad. It's crazy how like that's supposedly like what, you know, Canada's like known for is like Tim Hortons, and it is just so bad. It is the worst coffee in the world. I always said it tastes like an ashtray.
Left alone to rot.
Message from the abbot.
How bizarre it is to hear from you. Your charming apprentice arrived just this morning with equally disturbing news, but he made no mention of you. Am I to assume you did not send him? Please, join us at Orbe as soon as you are able.
Oh. Get wrecked. Oh, it's this way. Okay. Very quick. Just going to fill up my cup one more time. Really quick. 1 sec. So full transparency. My brother actually messaged me right before I went live, saying, and I actually have to respond to a text from him, which I forgot. Where he asked me if I wanted to do Dire Maul. I think it was like North or something. Dire Maul's dungeon. Wow. And I did want to do it. I do need to do it. But I'm like, no, I'll play Diablo. Like, it'll be fun to play Diablo. Look, it's a dungeon. Sick. I was hoping it would be one of those. It's so sick. So that's what we're doing today. But, you know, I'm hoping to get a little bit more WoW, and especially now there's drops. I want to play WoW anyways. I'm really into it right now. So it'd be fun to, like, play WoW and, like, get drops. Or give drops at the same time. You know, it's a nice little... Also, because my friend did say that... Diablo is in a bit of a lull right now. Not that I'm not enjoying it. It's fun as hell.
Elias and I are not to be disturbed for the remainder of our meeting, except by the arrival of Lorath Na. Should he appear, escort him to the sacristy at once.
So Elias is here. Interesting. So he said like now's a good time, like to, you know, because it's gonna pick up once the season starts again. It's gonna get really exciting and crazy. So now is the time to like maybe finish the story and then like wait for the new season. So that's just coincidentally like WoW is hot right now, so, and then hopefully as Diablo comes back it'll transition, and then it's a smooth transition. Although it's convenient that WoW's hot right now, because I'd be playing it regardless, honestly. So it's just really nice to be able to jump on the bandwagon for a game that I pretty much chronically play anyways. Just sort of like a right place, right time kind of opportunity, I guess. The door is sealed. Medically sealed. How creepy. Search the dead for a key. It's probably back down there. It's probably locked too, yeah. So... down here. One of these guys. What are you? Nope, nope. I did loot you, right? Yeah, you had nothing. Okay. It's gonna be this one probably here, like this one, I think. It's probably that corpse. Oh, skull. Holy. This is a very creepy game, and that's really fun. I really like the horror elements. Wasn't expecting... I knew it was demons and shit. I thought it would be more action-y, not so horror. But I love the music. It's scary. It's sick. So it's not the one I thought it was. I thought it was that monk, so it's not him. There's gotta be another corpse we missed. Is this... here. Is this one? Or is it the skull? Place the Crusader skull on the pedestal. There, I messed up. I was looking for a key. I forget that on the right-hand side it does tell you what to do. I have to remember to pay more attention to that. I was trying to look at the map. I see, so it's right there. Okay. Goodness. Right here. That sounds so good. The sound design or whatever you want to call it is amazing. Oh, wow. Enemies!
Finally, my turn to enter the archive and explore the knowledge of darkness. Now, I'd give anything to forget what I've learned.
Okay. These rates are quite strong. Search for the abbot in the monastery. I don't really know what an abbot is. Like I said, like I made a joke like it's what they call Rizza. I think it's like a... is it like something to do with like a... I thought it had to do with like Buddhism or something, but maybe I'm wrong. I thought it had to do with like monks, monkhood or something, but maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm off. Not really. You need to finish the story before you can start doing seasons, but there's no hurry. There is one every 3 months. Yeah, fair. Okay. I think in between the seasons then, if we do finish the story before then, which I feel like we will, because like I'm sort of hooked, is we'll probably try another class in the meantime, just to like experience something different. We'll do the story mode on like another class or something. I feel like eventually we'll try them all just to try them all. What I really like about this game is there's not traditional roles of like tanking and healing. Well, I do like tanking and like DPS and stuff. I don't really like healing. So I get to play all the classes without having to worry about being a healer because I don't know, I don't like healing. I like tanking, but not so much healing. So it's just fun to be able to play this game with your friends and everybody just more or less has the same role, which is like just like go crazy, DPS, have fun. Whoa. Okay, okay, okay. Alright now, slow down. Settle down, let's go. Come on, skeletons, do your thing. Good job. That was a lot of enemies. Holy shit. Like this, what is going on over here? I feel like we're getting closer to something. Ooh, big doors. Okay, container. Amulet. I gotta start hitting more containers. I forget.
Commissioned during the time of troubles, the Orbe Archive once served to codify heresies for the Inquisition. Since then, the archive has expanded to the study of all evils, restricted to only the most devout scholars of Zakarum.
Interesting. at that point,
Why did you let him in?
Critics rightly fear the dangers of our scholarship, but ignorance of evil offers little protection from it. Our insights have proven invaluable to paladins, Horadrim, and angels alike in the fight against the darkness.
this is one of those things though where like, what is it, Nietzsche? When you stare at the abyss stares back into you. Like if you start like learning about evil, exploring evil, at what point are you just studying it? I guess you're always studying it, but like at what point are you studying it to apply it is sort of my point. At what point do you recognize like maybe there's merit to like dipping our toe just in a little bit of evil, not doing it for evil purposes, but there's certainly a lot of power to be held within these evil texts or these powers or these demons. It just seems like a slippery slope. I'm not saying don't know the enemy, but like it seems like anytime anyone like does this kind of stuff, where they're like studying like incantations or fucking around with demonology, they always get sucked into it. And it seems like it's what happens here. Even when they think they won't. Like, I'm smart enough to not get sucked into that. It seems to happen every time. And I'm interested as shit in it, but you know. I mean, in these fantasy games, the cultists always become like, or they don't start as cultists. They end up like sort of becoming cultists. They eventually become followers of what they were studying. Usually, like they're offered like you know, fortune or strength or security, stuff like that. Right, the classic like deal with the devil, or like monkey's paw kind of story. You make a deal with Lilith, she gives you power, but then she wants something in return, and it's always like unexpected, or never as was promised. Oh, God, they're so fast. They're on the ball, man. They're so much faster than me. It's crazy. We have a new talent. We could probably just put it to our priests, right? Yes. Just may as well make the priests a little bit stronger. I keep pressing the wrong hotkey. Can we go in here yet? I guess not. Nothing in here. Alright. Where have we not? So we haven't explored this whole side. Yeah. Explored like everything.
I need more time.
Oh, is it cinematic time? Here we go.
Open the door. And the
You're not wrong, Torin. Jeez, it's the same, honestly, right? Like, holy Christ. Start drinking the Kool-Aid long enough.
I've cleared the way out. Can you walk?
There is no way out. What knowledge remains must never leave. Unto evening I shall keep it safe, and into the night hereafter. We must protect the archive.
Right. Oh, that was faster, I thought. Alright. Yeah, we're just gonna be done. Good stuff. Oh wow, look at all the... I see you have to avoid that. It's interesting to see all the new like abilities from the enemies. But thankfully, like they're fairly easy to identify, so even if you get standing at once, you can learn from it fairly quick. Wow, those skeletons are so strong. enemies. The rates are strong. Whoa, interesting. Blood everywhere, man. This monastery's a mess. Container? Ooh, scythe. Scyther. Scyther, no scything? Oh, I should not. That was my fault. Oh, I pulled more enemies. Whoops. This is gonna get a little bit hairy, but it'll be fun. It'll be a fun pull. We're like so full on health, we're completely safe. And it's crazy that this is like hard mode, and I understand hard mode is still like probably like normal mode or whatever, but still, it seems like at the very beginning at least, they make it accessible for anyone to play. I imagine at the harder modes, it becomes very, very, very difficult. But this early on, and at this level, it's if I can play it this easily, then I feel like anyone can, which is nice. In the morning, my eyes were open, and I saw coming darkness. You miss OG Rogan. His descent in conspiracy theories and right wing has been sad to watch. Dude, Rogan stinks now. I haven't watched Rogan in so long. What I miss about Rogan is like I like when he would talk about like aliens, and he would have comedians on. That was like fun. Rogan, scientists, astrophysicists, in my opinion, were like some of Rogan's best stuff. It was a lot of fun. I haven't watched him in a while, and he's had a lot of interesting people on recently, but I haven't watched it in a while. I'm just at the beginning of like COVID when that whole thing started. I honestly don't care one way or the other about anyone's politics. Even when people were getting riled up and I had friends on both sides, I'm like, I just don't fucking care. Like, because the virus doesn't care how you feel about it. Like, I just don't want to get sick. I don't really care about anything else. But everybody was so emotionally charged, and I'm just like, this is stressful enough to just trying to avoid it to get sick. I don't need to like deal with all these like social dynamics too. So I just tuned it out. And he got really into it, and he keeps bringing it up, and I just don't care. So that's when I really stopped listening to him, unfortunately. Speak the words of the litany and accept our holy burden. Through the day I have prepared to accept this burden of knowledge. Find the words of secret litanies to gain interest. Oh, I see. And that's the third one that I was over here that I missed? Or that I clicked before, but... This one, right? Yep. I clicked that one first. That was actually number 3, I think. Here's a random question for you guys. You don't have to answer. I'm curious. I was thinking about this today. Let's say we're all in a guild together. This is a serious question for anyone that wants to answer. And we're all content creators, all of us. And some of you guys are my friends, some of you guys aren't my friends. In short, we play together, I make a bad mistake in a game, I screw up. Is it okay for you guys, if you guys make content about me screwing up, you're not shit-talking me, you're not saying bad things, you're just reacting to it and giving your opinion. Could be neutral, could be positive, could be negative, regardless. But you're still making content, quote-unquote content, off my suffering. Like, not literally suffering, but you know what I mean. It was a negative experience, I got a little bit of backlash. But you're allowing it to live longer than it could if you didn't make content about it. My question is, should that individual be mad at you because you made content? Because your job as a content creator, and anytime anything happens, anytime there's any blood in the water of any kind of drama, everybody makes content about it because it's free content. It's free. It's something to fill the void of the algorithm. So my question is it okay to do that? Because like, you just understand it's part of the business. If it happens to anyone, everybody makes content on it. It's just how it is. Even if it's your friends, that's just the business model. Or should your friends not do it, even though everyone else is? And should they lose the opportunity to make money because it makes you feel bad? Maybe. There's no right or wrong answer. I'm just curious what people's opinion is on this situation.
From morning, my eyes were open.
I don't even know if that question makes sense. It's just...
Through the day, I have prepared to accept the burden of knowledge. Unto evening, I shall keep it safe, and into the night hereafter.
Depends. Did you really make a mistake, or is it just crybabies who accuse you of the mistake? Either or. I guess, okay, no. I think, okay, so we'll use a real example. So it was a real mistake. You did make a mistake. And it's not like, it's just a game, and everybody's cool with that. And it's just that the people that are complaining aren't complaining that you're a bad person, or that, like, you should, like, lose your job. They're just like, yeah, you fucked up in a game. So it's just, like, it's not, like, super high stakes. I'm not talking about, like, something illegal. I'm talking about, like, gaming stuff. So it's still, even though it is, like, detrimental, you're like, people are saying mean things to me, it's still only about a game. So it's not, like, life or death or serious, like, actually, like, take it away from online kind of stuff, is what I mean. Was it a mistake? What are the stakes of the mistake? Is content on it attacking something out of their control? I see. Okay, so there's variables. That's fair. Because, like, my logic is, like, if I was in that position and you guys made content about me, I wouldn't take it to heart, because I'm like, this is the game. Like, whenever there's blood in the water, it's, like, part of, like, I get it. Like, get the bag. It's hard to come up with content every day. So if, like, something like this happens and it's hot and everybody's talking about it, I would support you to jump on it, because at least if I know my friends can make money off my suffering, at least there's some, like, silver lining to, like, the negative thing that happened. That's sort of how I would look at it. And I was just curious, because it's, like, sort of like a strange situation. If you have friends and, like, then they're doing something that it almost feels like, are they choosing, like, the business over your feelings, or but I don't think that's the case. I think it's just, like, the nature of the business, but I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting question, interesting conversation.
No, I deserve to burn with the rest of it.
Where is Elias?
Gone. He said the ruin of Sanctuary was...
So he's probably in the mountains, right? That's where we're going next, I think.
Only I could help. He is going to summon a lesser evil. He took...
I think we did it the right way by doing this first.
And then... my scholars... he murdered them.
Whoa! Holy! Whoa, I was not expecting that. That's crazy, man. Jeez, like a first serious boss fight without Dennis's carry. This is gonna be a problem, man. Holy. I don't really need to attack the walls. Attack the big guy. What are you doing? Put the curse on him. Yeah, my guys are getting a little bit distracted attacking this, oh, get away. This is like an AoE, looks like, or something. My guys are like half attacking him, half attacking... I guess because I'm too close to the walls, but... Now you can attack the walls, now that I'm stuck in here. Although I can run out, can't I? I guess not, okay. So now attack the walls. Well, I think we did it. Oof, that hurt. Yay, we did it. Good job, guys. We did I think our first boss fight without help.
Human knowledge shall be shared among the children of Lilith, and no secret shall be kept from them.
The whole human knowledge shall be shared among the children.
And learned thieves of the world shall perish in their regret.
Wow. That was a fun fight. It depends on the mistake. If it was a mistake. Rarely, if ever, did they actually make a mistake. Usually people think it is, or hindsight to justify biting when reality may have been called they didn't like. But yeah, I don't agree with. If viewers are wrong, I defend the streamer friend or not. If viewers are wrong, I defend the streamer friend or not. I guess what I mean is the friend part doesn't matter. I get it. You're very... Well, you stand by your morals, Dennis. I respect that. Yeah, I think the biggest issue with the Pirate Software thing is that he's just doubling down on the fact that he's calling people out and saying stuff that didn't happen. I think is the biggest issue with that. Not even like the actual gameplay itself, I think. I think it was just people have an issue with his ego. And they don't want to run with him, I think, because they're afraid to lose their character, which is fair. But I didn't even really care about that. Like, who cares? My question was, I saw some of his friends or people that are close to him making content, and I wondered how he felt about that. If he felt that was, like, not betrayal, but it's like, that sort of hurts that your friends are doing that. Or if he's like, no, this is how they pay, like, for food and their housing, so I would encourage them to do this, because while it is an unfortunate situation, if they can make easy money and support themselves doing something like this, I'm almost helping them make money in a sense. That's like sort of how I would think about it in a way. At least my suffering is for nothing, if my friends at least can benefit from it, is sort of like how I would think about it. But I was wondering maybe how he felt about it. He didn't talk about it. I was just curious what his thought would be, or I don't know. Okay, I think we did the whole thing, so I think we can just pour it out now. Right? I believe so. Because that was the last boss, so reset dungeon. I think we have to run out, though. I don't think you can actually pour, because there's no stairs there, so I think we gotta walk the long way. Take the long way home. Then don't play hardcore if you're afraid to lose your character. It hurts if they say you did something you didn't do. Yeah, I agree, and that's sort of why I think people are frustrated. But it's a matter of opinion, I think, honestly. Like, I don't know. There's two sides to the coin. Like, in the end of the day, hardcore is like every man for themselves. But then at the end, there's another part where if you're part of a guild, and if everybody's hooking you up at this point, then you sort of have the mentality of like, try to save everyone, because if we all die, then at least we'll all get hooked up by lots of gold, bags, starting gear, and continuously run through dungeons to sort of get caught up again. So if either we all go down together or we all go up, I think ultimately the truth is, this is the most unbiased truth about the situation, in my opinion. There should have been more communication about what happens when shit hits the fan before you even enter a dungeon. The same way loot rules should always be established before you enter a raid with a bunch of pugs. You should establish what happens in scenario A, B, and C. And if you don't, then when shit hits the fan, you can't get mad because you guys didn't have like a fully established game plan. And I think that I think it's just a matter of miscommunication, really. I think that's what it came down to. I think if everyone knew what would happen if shit hit the fan, then we'd all agree to a certain plan. But when you're trying to figure it out on the fly, like, good luck. Everybody's panicking. No one wants to lose their character. It's you know, it is what it's every man for themselves, in my opinion. That's fair. I mean, you know, I don't think he's apologizing for the characters dying. I think he was just disrespectful after when they were trying to communicate, and sort of doubles down on that. And yeah, I don't know. I think he thinks he didn't do anything wrong in the play, and other people think he did. So they're like, well, the problem is if he doesn't think there's anything wrong with that, then if we play with him and he does it again, that could jeopardize our characters. So like, it's not even like he's a bad person. It's just like, is it worth even playing with him if he's a high risk? I think that's sort of what it is. Because if he doesn't even see a problem, if he doubled down on what he did, that's fine. But then it's almost like you're a bit of a liability in a sense. At least if it was me, I would say you're a bit of a liability. If you don't see a problem with, like, you know, I wouldn't want to take that risk personally. But to be fair, maybe, you know, when you play with people like that, it's good for views. So if you're doing it for content, then maybe that's a benefit. Like, maybe he's brilliant. Imagine that. Like, I wonder sometimes, some of these, like, people that do stuff to gain, like, virality, is it intentional? Like, maybe not. I don't know. Some people have content brain, and it's really impressive to see the inner workings of, like, they think, like, how they can not get viral, but, like, they just know how to play, like, the system and the emotion of the audience, and it grows. And even though sometimes it is negative, it doesn't last, and then eventually the people that hate become, like, fans, and it grows, and you grow positivity in the long run. So sometimes what appears negative at the beginning ends up actually being, like, a net positive. And I honestly feel like this is going to be one of those things, because, like, it's just, wow, it's nothing, like, actually serious. So I feel like in the end, it's going to be net positive for him. And it probably already is at this point. It's already been, like, you know, after, like, 12 hours, everybody forgets. That's fair, Dennis. That's fair. And a lot of people feel that way too. Like, it's very, it's a very contested situation, so I find it so interesting. And this is like the only kind of drama I like, is like WoW drama, because it's just WoW. Like, the stakes aren't actually high. Like, who cares? And that's what makes it fun. That's why it's fun to talk about, because like, with what's actually going on in the world, it's nice to be able to like, you know, have contention about like World of Warcraft. I love that. That's like all I care. That's the only drama I want to talk about.
Scrolls from the Forbidden Archive. He has the means to summon a lesser...
You are absolutely correct, and I am very sorry. I'm sorry that you think that I would say sorry.
Of course we don't know. The lesser evils are second in power only to the primes.
I would die so often in hardcore because I would feel so bad. I feel so bad, man. I couldn't roach out. I mean, I say that, but I probably would. I lied. If I played a rogue, I'd roach out fast. If I played a hunter, I'd feign death immediately. But if I played a class that couldn't, like, roach out like that, I'd probably try to save my group and die as a result, because I'm not that skilled. That's the truth. So that's why I probably wouldn't even play one of those classes, because I know I'd feel guilty in the moment, and I try my best to save the day, and I would end up getting killed as a result, for it to be heartbreaking. So I would probably just play like a rogue, and then at the first sign of shit hitting the fan, I would vanish the hell out of there. But I would say before we start the group, it's every man for themselves, and at the first sign of shit hitting the fan, I'm GTFOing faster than you can say GTFO. So as long as I say that beforehand, and everybody's okay with that, it's like, just be aware, like, I ain't trying to save anyone here. You know, I feel like, you know, I don't know. I don't know how much rogues can honestly save people in hardcore, but maybe a little bit, but not really. Probably not like a hunter. Hunters and mages probably the most, I would say, because like of their utility. Probably mages number one. But man, we died so much yesterday. We were doing Upper Blackrock Spire, and I didn't die, thankfully, because I have feigned death. But man, the group died a lot, and it's like, I remember, I kept thinking every time we died, like, that would be start over. That would be back to Brill, right? It's new character every time. Every time someone dies to like a stupid ad, or because you stood in front of the tank, or you got knocked over the edge. Like, that, it happens so fast. It's just crazy. Every time I die, like in the world, like AFK, I go get a coffee, I'm dealing with a cat, I'm looking at a text message. It's like, it's game over, man. That's I can't do it. It happens so often. I die so often. And I know Path of Exile has hardcore. Like, Diablo does too, I think, right? I think Diablo does too. Like, that's crazy, man. It's so insane to be able to play at like such a high level like that. Is just nuts. This is a really cool area. This deserty kind of zone. It looks really sick. I'm really excited for Molten Core, though. So, yesterday, for any of those of you that care that play World of Warcraft, we did, I was doing a little bit of my Onyxia attunement. And to get attuned on Onyxia, I've never done Onyxia attunement on Horde. I've only played Alliance this far in Classic. So for the Horde, it's fun. You actually go kill Rend Blackhand, which is a I believe an old orc war chief, Rend Blackhand. I believe he was actually in Warlords of Draenor, but he's a villain now, and you kill him in Upper Blackrock Spire, and then you go back to Orgrimmar, go back into Upper Blackrock Spire, and you have to collect Dragon Eyes. That's what we're doing now. So I have to go back to Upper Blackrock Spire. That is a mouthful, to collect a bunch of Dragon Eyes. I've never done this before, so it's exciting. It's fun, because the Alliance version of the quest is much longer, I believe, than the Horde version. The Horde version seems way faster and way less steps, but it's because, spoiler alert for World of Warcraft Classic, the woman that is standing next to Anduin Wrynn in Stormwind is Onyxia, and you find that out after a very, very long quest chain for the Alliance. It's a very huge lore part in the Alliance campaign.
I will close it. Put them down.
Okay, so now we just fight enemies. And for the Horde, very quickly, you just hand in a quest to Thrall, and he's like, we found out that this woman is actually Onyxia. It's like, wow, that you skipped a lot of steps for the Horde. You just find out so early on that that's Onyxia. So I guess it's because they didn't have a way to explain all these characters that you wouldn't know as Horde. leading up to why Anixia's in Stormwind. Felt very like heavy-handed to like explain why she's in Stormwind. On the Horde side, the Alliance side was like so gracefully done.
Let's search the house.
It was such a long quest chain on the Alliance that led up to it, and then you finally find out, oh my god, Anixia's been under our nose this entire time, and then she literally, all of Stormwind, where the king is, turns into dragons, black dragons. And it's like this crazy moment where you're fighting all these like level 60 elites, and it's like, what an ambush, this is crazy. I certainly prefer the Alliance version of the Anixia quest chain to the Horde. I haven't finished the Horde one yet. But like the Alliance one is way more like exciting, and it feels more of a build-up, in my opinion. Help search for clues. Scrolls of incantations for the summoning of minor demons. Drawings resemble the four-legged demons in the canyons.
Today, Master Elias called at my door. I had trouble with my words, so I showed him my carvings. He said he could see my pain in them. The pain of a lonely man who had learned to hate the world. And yet, our mother, Lilith, found me beautiful. He said there are others like me as well.
Interesting.
And together, we will build the new world.
Are there books on Diablo, I wonder? I feel like Diablo would make for a sick comic book, or just like novels. I feel like there's a lot of lore you could explore in the Diablo universe. Just telling, like, not even... is this what we click after? No. There's gotta be something else to click that I missed, unless it's maybe in the back. Oh, right here, I guess. Right? Or talk to him? Not yet? Okay. Remains of a fine stone statue smashed to pieces. Stories unrelated to the main characters, I feel like, would make for great stories, just like in the Diablo universe, of just like side characters, one-off stories. Just the universe itself is so full of awesome potential, in my opinion. So it's this way, it says. I see this way, I see.
Burning hells! We're too late. Elias is long gone. This Genbar is our summoner.
How can you be certain?
Isn't it obvious?
How does he know that? Yeah.
Elias finds Genbar alone, friendless, full of anger. So he plays him like a fiddle, offers him Lilith's love and a part in his grand delusion. Then he gives him tools to express his anger.
Summoning scrolls.
Very perceptive. Who knows how long Genbar is stealing.
How did he put two and two together like that? I didn't make that connection.
Let's hope he can still be questioned.
An expertly carved statue of Lilith covered in blood and viscera? Is that like organs and stuff, right? I wonder what Gortash is doing. Oh, right, he's dead. Is that how to go back up? What's up there, I wonder? Or is that... Maybe that's same place. Let's check really quick. Alright, we're fighting something.
Your hatred fills my heart. I cannot stop my hands from working.
Genbar, you poor fool.
Yeah, chest. I had a feeling maybe... Oh, a Lilith statue! Look at that. Sick. Sick. Intelligence has been increased for all characters on the realm. Wow, that's sick. I didn't know that. Awesome possum. Back down. Diablo Horadic Volt. The complete collection is over 600 pages because there's 4 books in one. Wow, I bet that's a lot of fun. Is that like the lore of the games, or is that like just like a fiction? Man, I bet that's a lot of fun. That's sick. I read a few WoW books and they were a lot of fun. Actually, like one day I was actually in the hospital for like the whole day, and I almost finished the entire book in like a day because I had nothing else to do. That was, I think... It was the one with, Ronan, I think his name is. The mage. Dragon, something about the dragon. I think it was Valyria was in it, I think, if I remember correctly. I remember there was a scene where, like, Gen was, talking about... Or they explained why Gen, Greymane was mad because his son died, and he didn't get support from the King of Stormwind. Gilneas fell because he didn't get support, but Stormwind didn't have, like, enough people or something to send.
And set the cleansing fire.
The cleansing fire. This is him? Is that him? Found him.
Visitors. Did Master Elias send you?
Who? I can't wait to see this Elias.
Well, yes, in fact, he did. Ours is a very important mission. We have something for the Master, but we had heard he was with you. Do you know where he is?
Liar! Dirty pig's-born liar! The Master has all he needs!
Alright, he's gonna go demon now. We're about to fight him. Yep, here we go. He's just a big man. I thought he'd be like a demon form or something. He just turns into a very large person. That's very strange. I was expecting, like, demon form. He's just like angry cult man. Angry cultist. Oh. Fear, fear. Now he's gonna go demon form, right? Now we're going demon form? Are we gonna finally see Elias? Wow, is this an enemy? What's this guy? Why is this guy standing here? I can't fight him. Just look at this. What is this? Buddy, what are you? He's gonna turn. He's gonna turn demon now. Here we go. Do it. Oh, sick. Look at that. Okay, that's not him turning demon, but that's a sick demon. Alright, get out of here. We're gonna die. Holy. That's CC, man. Curses. Nuke him. Heal him up. Whoops. Haha, I didn't know you could do that. That's cheating, dude. You could, like, snap out of that. Use your Demon Hunter, like, dash thing. That's crazy, man. Get out of that. So if you don't have full health, but you don't use a pot, but you run over a pot, does it replenish your health? It looks like. Easy peasy.
Bad news first. Gembar was expecting someone. It seems Elias has turned others to his madness. Taught them to summon too, I'd wager. You heard Gembar. The Master has all he needs. They're about to do something drastic.
Look at all the Lilith statues.
Good news.
Elias gave us a gift, remember? This demon he sent to kill us. It is unique. It requires constant feeding. Human sacrifices, in fact. If I cut open its belly, someone inside might hold a clue. Tell us where it came from.
That's insane. I love that so much, dude.
For examination.
If I cut open its belly, maybe I could... By the way, here's a question, guys. Level 39. Here's a question. Is the demon not weak? If the demon constantly needs to eat to, like, exist or be strong or whatever, that seems like a weak demon. It seems like a strong demon could go a millennia without eating or, like, right? Like, well, he's so powerful, he constantly needs to, like, satiate his hunger. It's like, yeah, but, like, if he was really strong, like, really... It gets to a point where you're, like, omnipotent, right? I say that word, omnipotent, where, like, you could just be in, like, a stasis for, like, a millennia, for infinity. Like Cthulhu, right? Excuse me, or, like, those old gods. Like, they're so powerful, they don't need to eat. There's no, like, the basic concepts of, like, food and nutrition. Like, this thing is, like, it's like a chipmunk. This demon, this super powerful demon is like a chipmunk. Chipmunks, I believe, don't even hibernate the whole winter because they will die because their metabolism is so high. I believe chipmunks need to wake up in the middle of hibernation to eat a little bit so they don't die. Because if they sleep through the entire winter, their metabolism will, I believe, devour like their entire body, and they'll just like die from like starvation or whatever. So they wake themselves up, eat a little bit in their nest, go back to sleep, finish hibernation. So this guy, this demon, this powerful demon, is like a chipmunk. Like, what is that? It's crazy. Are you missing a skill? Yeah, I thought I was too. I thought I was too. So my question is, how can I see what that is? We'll put it there, but... Because I noticed there's one here, the right click, that used to be there is not there anymore. Whoops. Hold on, Lorath. Skill assignment? There. Soul Rift. Right? Is it Soul Rift? It's Soul Rift. That's what I'm missing. Oh, I have Hemorrhage. I didn't know I had Hemorrhage. So I'm a little bit all over the place. I see. I have too many talents. I understand now. Oh, yeah, interesting. I sort of like Hemorrhage better. Soul Rift is very strong. But Hemorrhage will almost replace Hemorrhage or Blood Mist with Hemorrhage. Because Hemorrhage is this one, right? That's Hemorrhage, the healing one. Yeah, bursts enemies' blood, dealing 51 damage, and has 20% chance. Yeah, so that's Hemorrhage. Hemorrhage seems a little more reliable. I appreciate you noticing that. Thank you.
The Dry Steppes have no Cathedral of Light, no druids, and their capital city, Gulran, has been sacked. Many are vulnerable, just like Genvar. We must learn what Elias has planned for them.
I'm gonna have to figure out these talents. Like, I know I have points into... It's Blood Wave. Where's Blood Mist? Because that's, like, unnecessary then, I guess, technically, right? Blood Mist? Yeah, I could take it out of there and put it somewhere else. You cannot refund a node that breaks connections with another node. Oh, I see. 'Cause that's how I got here. Okay, I'll have to figure this out later. It's complicated. What's going on? Why isn't that working? Right again?
Elias had a talent for persuasion. Convenient trait for a Haradrim, given our dealings. But he could be relentless when he wanted something. Even cruel. In that way, he and Lilith are similar. Suffering, bloodshed. To them, these are a means to an end. They will bring out the worst in each other.
Jeez.
Perhaps you are too young. The prime evils you should know. Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal. The lessers are their rotten kin. Asmodan, Belial, Andariel, and Juriel. Each of them has ravaged humankind since the dawn of history, and they will gladly do so again.
I think I know Belial. I think I fought him. I thought it was Diablo 3 or Diablo 2. I thought he was one of the first bosses you fight, but I could be incorrect. I thought he was like... maybe I'm mixing him up with something else. I thought he was like... He had like a mouth in his stomach or something, or maybe he was just really round or something. You don't see his whole body, I thought, when you fought him. He was like... He was so big that you just saw like the top half. Or unless I'm misremembering, mixing it up with another fight. I played Diablo 3 for a very short period. My friend was really, really into it. I wasn't. And he asked me to play with him. He was already super geared by that point. And I was just sort of like following him along. I didn't really understand what was going on. I was playing a witch doctor. I didn't understand. For whatever reason, this one's clicking a lot better. Maybe it's because like Dennis was kind enough to walk me through it. He was like very patient as I was learning the ropes. And I'm still, as you can see, I was missing a skill for a long time. And I like just didn't do it. But he still allowed me to have a much greater grasp of what is happening than maybe last time, so that's maybe why it stuck a little bit better than the last time I tried. He did an excellent job explaining everything. Like, as you saw from the last few VODs, like, I went in completely blind, and I have a much greater understanding of what's happening now, thanks to... And same thing with Baldur's Gate, you guys, like, all you guys helped with Baldur's Gate, exact same thing. I went in completely blind, and you guys really, like, helped me grasp some of the... lack of a better word, more complicated ideas, which I still don't fully grasp, but I have a much better understanding than I did, thanks to you. Oh, wrong way. Oh, succubus, holy. Oh my god, it's like a whole camp of like slaughtered. Holy moly. Do they leash, or are they just gonna follow me the whole way? I wonder. What is that? Greed Shrine. Oh, it's one of those like nice. Massacre enemies for spoils of gold. Let's do it! Delicious blood orbs. So blood orbs remind me of monks. Again, I'm sorry to keep bringing up WoW. It's my only point of reference. In WoW, when you play monks, or at least when you didn't miss Pandaria, I think there was a move where like it was called like Orbs of Serenity or something. Look at that, it's like a hedgehog or something. As you would fight, these little white orbs would pop up in the battlefield, and if you would run through them, they would either give you health or like energy or like combo points or whatever. So like it's sort of the same thing with blood orbs, where I believe I'm seeing them when you use the ability Hemorrhage, I believe. You see these little red orbs, and by running through them, I believe you get healed. So you're sort of like looking for those orbs that pop out to heal yourself. I thought it just directly healed you like a Siphon Life, like Drain Life from a Warlock spell. But it's not like that. I think it's more of like a interactive. You have to like interact with the orb, run up to the orb, run through it. The oxen symbol of the banner represents the resilient and stubborn nature of the people living off the harsh land of the dry steppes. This is a really cool zone. This is a really, really sick zone.
At last, Elias's pet demon is inside, ready for the knife.
Could Elias
Here we
know
go.
we survived his attack?
Oh, he knows. And that means we are running out of time. Come, let's see if his demon ate something useful.
This is the hungry, hungry demon. Oh, shit! I wanted to do that other dialogue option, I forgot. Ah, man. Damn it, damn it.
It was protecting that fool. Genma.
This is Elias's work. But where is he?
This thing is still alive? Oh, that's why they're cutting his stomach open. It's crazy, they can just restrain it like that.
This is delicate. A soft noble's hand. Elias would have to feed this thing with more than fancy boots.
That's someone's son.
Or daughter.
We should burn demons.
This is wrong.
This medallion bears the crest of the ruler of the royal house of Gulran.
Former ruler.
Obviously.
That's enough, old man. The dead deserve respect.
The dead deserve
That
nothing
voice
when
sounds
the living are
familiar.
in
The
danger.
dead deserves respect.
Now
Voice actor
Gulran
sounds
is a new
familiar.
ruler, and we have Elias to thank for it.
The dead may be worthless to you, but that medallion could bring peace to those two mourning.
Fine. If we are to find Elias, then we must also travel to Gulran. Meet me there, and be swift about it.
It's interesting, you hear a lot of the same voices in video games. And it's not like actors that I recognize, like when we heard like J.K. Simmons in Baldur's Gate, it's just like, oh, I think that guy's done other video games. Because they use a lot of the same voices, I noticed.
Go to the cliffs. We'll find help there.
Christ, what is the guy's name? He is, I think his name is Phil Lamar, I believe his name is. I believe he does like Hermes Conrad, Carver from The Weekenders. He does a trillion voices. I think that's his name. Phil Lamar. And it's just interesting to see. I hear him once in a while, either in animation or video games, or like the fiance will be watching something, and it's like, hey, I recognize that voice. And it's sometimes it'll be Hermes. He's doing like the Hermes voice in another show, or it's like another character he does. Like, but they reuse voices for other shows, and it's interesting when you can like pick up on it. It's like, you're sort of like double dipping over here. That's fun. I've heard Hermes Conrad like used in other shows a few times. It's funny. Hermes Conrad's from Futurama, if you guys don't know. I believe that's his last name. Futurama is like still even the older episodes, it is. I love The Simpsons. Simpsons is crazy, crazy funny. Simpsons is crazy funny, but Futurama specifically is like actually brilliant. There's like funny, and then there's like brilliant funny. And the jokes in Futurama, some of the jokes are so insanely intelligent. It's like these writers are like super nerds to come up with some of these jokes. They're crazy. Some of the math jokes, like the science joke, it's jokes that no one gets. Like no one gets. Who are you doing that? You're doing this for yourself. Like there's like 6 of you in a room that are just laughing at these jokes that no one else is getting. But it's just, you watch the show sometimes, like, Jesus Christ, these guys are like, if they weren't writers for like television, they'd be like working somewhere in science, or they're just too damn smart. It's the funniest thing how Futurama is just like so, it's such a silly show, and then some of the jokes are like so high levels intelligent. It's crazy. Like science jokes, I mean, and stuff like that. And I think it's like part of the nature of the beast, because like it takes place in sci-fi, so it's about space travel and stuff like that. So like it's easier to like lean into like jokes about like science or physics and stuff like that, because like when Zap Brannigan says stupid stuff about space travel, or parsecs being a distance of a unit of distance or whatever, like I guess that's why it's more appropriate than if it was in something like Simpsons, maybe. Unless they did like a space episode in The Simpsons. But Futurama as a whole, being sci-fi, is like literally like science-based, so it's easier to like get away with more. I feel like it's just more of an intelligent audience, maybe. I could be wrong. Although to be fair, what's interesting, and then Rick and Morty, like Stoner show, again though, crazy intelligent jokes. I haven't watched a lot of Rick and Morty. Maybe the first few seasons. But the jokes in Rick and Morty, again, are like, these is like crazy intelligent, considering like who I would think the audience is. And when I say intelligent, I mean like compared to like Trailer Park Boys, right? Like, which I don't watch, but I know like that show is just like dick and fart jokes. That's like one of our national treasures, is Trailer Park Boys, it seems like, or national exports rather. If you ask people what they know about Canada, one of the things that a lot of people say is just like Trailer Park Boys. It's like, all right. I was shocked to find out the guy doesn't actually like look like that or talk like that. He's an actor. I thought that was interesting. At first, when the show first came out, I didn't know if it was real or not. I didn't care to watch it. I just heard of it, and I thought it was a reality show for the longest time because I didn't know much about it. And then as it became more popular, I realized, oh, this is like, it's a television series. It's not a. I thought it was a, because it's. I think when it came out, it was a time when like there were reality shows about everything. So I thought it was just a reality show about trailer parks. But then when you see it, you're like, oh, this is clearly like a television show. But without just hearing about the concept of it, it just sounded like it was just following people living in a trailer park. Okay, we gotta telly back, sell some stuff, and then port right back. Nah, what are you saying, nah? Alright, where is the blacksmith? I think here. Yep. Nope. 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 We're not replacing this stuff with legendary. We're not replacing legendaries. No. But that is significantly better, but it's okay. 1 plus Blood Mist. That's interesting. I don't have Blood Mist. I'm not going to use Blood Mist, right? So. That's actually better. Better summoning damage. 80% increased shadow damage to enemies afflicted by any curse. That is still better, I think. What is this? Oh, sorcerer only. I see. Blood Wave, Desecrated Ground. I don't think I have Blood Wave. Bone Storm and Blood Wave also deal darkness. I don't think I have either of those. Darn. Focused Ring. What's this? Damaging enemy has a 20% chance to daze them for 2 seconds. Deal 5% increased damage to dazed enemies. Interesting. Freezes. Close enemies deal I think we'll just try this, just because it seems interesting. We'll switch it out soon anyway, so who cares? And we'll just sell all items. Then we'll pop back over to the portal. This is a nice little trick that Dennis taught us. This is very convenient because there's more loot. Yes, I know your government has said they are sorry for the Bryan Adams on several occasions. Bryan Adams, yeah. I forgot he's Canadian. Yeah, that's so funny. Isn't John Cougar Mellencamp also Canadian, or is he not Canadian? I thought he was, but maybe John Cougar's not. I know Gordon Lightfoot is. Celine Dion is. Bryan Adams. Bryan Adams got some... I don't listen to Bryan Adams, but doesn't he sing... What does Bryan Adams sing? Does he sing Everything I Do It For You? Is that Bryan Adams? That's a pretty song. If that's Bryan Adams, that's a pretty song. I don't know the rest of Bryan Adams' music, but that is a very pretty song if he does sing that. Oh, we got murdered! We got murdered! Talking about Bryan... See, this is the danger of Bryan Adams. You talk about Bryan Adams, this is what happens. This is exactly why we don't... This is a no Bryan Adams stream moving forward. You bring up Bryan Adams, you get banned. Holy damage. Okay. Whew. Let's res some guys. Let's res some skellies. Maximum skellies. Let's go. Oh, it's South Park reference. God, I have not seen South Park, so okay. I would argue that the most brilliant comedy show on television in the past, like, 30 years is South Park. It's so brilliant because they don't need to, unlike Futurama, which is a very brilliant show as well, very creative, and very intelligent. Not just fun and funny, but very intelligent as well. But South Park's intelligence is so high that they present stories. They present intelligent topics in the most comedic of ways possible, which is even more intelligent in my opinion. For them to take such heavy subject matter and talk about it so lightly, but tackle it so head-on, goes to show, in my opinion, their level of intelligence as writers. Because they tackle some of the craziest subjects, and they do it with such grace and such humor that even the people that agree or disagree or feel strongly about this topic, you gotta laugh at it. Like they find such creative angles to nitpick both sides of the argument. Like, it's the most brilliant show I think I've seen in a very long time. Yeah, the movie. I remember the movie where the war broke out between US and Canada. Like, it's just so undeniably funny. South Park is so undeniably funny. It's crazy. And not just funny, smart. It's like it's smart about it. Because they're able to, like, take these very hot button issues and show the idiocy of it all. And show that not just one side is stupid, not just the other side, the whole goddamn thing is dumb. The whole thing is stupid. And that's... I love it. I love their approach to that every time. It's so funny. How, like, in the end of the day, no matter what it's about, the message is always like, you're all assholes. You're all equally assholes. And it always makes me laugh. Who are you? You're an NPC, I guess. But I haven't watched South Park in a while. Me saying that, but I still haven't watched it in a while. But when every time I watch it, no matter what season it is, no matter what episode it is, it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy how smart they are. How they never lost it, in my opinion. After so many seasons, it's still just as funny. The jokes land just as hard. They're able to tackle every topic with the same kind of grace. Surge through enemies, unleash your chaos. I should have probably saved that. Because we're wasting it now. There's not a lot of enemies here to unleash my chaos upon. Whoa. Whoa. Alright. Holy buddy. Didn't mean to click that soul move. That was a mistake, but that's okay. Ooh, what's down there? It's a hatch cellar. Like the Tom Cruise in the closet thing. How funny is that? Like, it's like that was a very funny episode. I still haven't seen Integrity Farms. I saw the episode where they all they find out if you have cancer you can smoke pot legally. So Randy puts his testicles in the microwave to give himself testicle cancer so he can smoke pot legally. And he's stoned all the time. And then all the guys are hopping around on giant testicles, eating KFC and smoking pot. It's like so dumb. Just me. How can you not laugh at that? Container. What's this way? Well, that looks like a dead end, so it's probably just like something like a Lilith statue or maybe a treasure or something. Or maybe it's not a dead end. Maybe it's not a dead end. Oh no, it is. Okay. Treasure? Treasure chest. Yep. Nice. Okay. Yeah, the Tom Cruise thing was so silly. I wonder how Tom Cruise felt about that. He seems like a guy that doesn't really have a sense of humor. If there's any actor that was stuffing people in trunks, I feel like Tom Cruise is probably one of those actors. He's the kind of guy that would like stuff you in a trunk while smiling and laughing the whole time. Watch there just be like a red dot on my head now because Scientology's getting into this.
Thought I had her tied up good to that tree. All right. I'm in my horse. See, the only thing I have left, or had, my market stall, my wares, all of it lost in Gulran.
Tom Cruise laughs aggressively, which seems oxymoronic. But he does. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know how you can laugh with aggression, but he almost seems to have like an aggressive laugh. It's very strange. He almost has like a threatening, like maniacal kind of laugh.
Tyrant Brawl and his damned cannibals. They stormed the city like wild animals. Gods never stood a chance.
And I love Tom Cruise, don't get me wrong. He's so much fun in Mission Impossible movies. Like, his movies are the best. Like, what Hollywood honestly needs is, like, less Wicked, more Tom Cruise. Like, just give us silliness. These silly movies back to crazy, kooky Hollywood, like, silly riding bikes off Grand Canyons onto airplanes. Like, whatever, it just... Give us more nonsense. That's all I want, is more nonsense. Hollywood silliness. Give us, like, another Alien movie.
Good of you to come. Pity you didn't bring an army or siege works.
Elias is here.
I've sort of brought an army, a little army,
Gone
right?
to the palace, no doubt. Behind the high wall with the gates barred behind him. We can't get through.
Do you have to sneak in, going through like the sewers or something?
Zelaya.
Sure. How many messages did I send? Huh? How long has Oyun been missing? Trapped in there with those butchers? She may be the only one left who knows of the tunnel.
Yeah, going in tunnels underground.
If this tunnel
And pull the plug on the stream. That's so funny. You ain't wrong, man. You ain't wrong.
Of course not. You're a thief. Useful years ago, true. But it's clear you have some other reason to seek this. Oyun.
Not your business.
I think the tunnels that we go into are going to be sick. I feel like it's going to be fun to go underground, under the city, to like sneak in. I think it's going to be a really cool level.
She has a house in the market square. We were supposed to meet there before, but I couldn't get close.
Tried to come back alive.
God, he's so,
Not convinced this Oyun is worth the risk, but perhaps you'll prove me wrong.
Have a little faith for once, old man.
Oh, that's how you get in the city, huh? You crawl down there. Okay. I thought we were going in through the, I thought they made it seem like we were going in through the tunnels, but I guess not. Find the market square. Yeah, I thought they made it seem like we were going through the tunnels. Okay, so we're just sort of... Is this the tunnels? This doesn't look like the tunnels. This looks just like straight up the city. What are these? Bloodhawks. Weird. That's weird looking creatures. So, Dennis, if I may ask... oh no, we're gonna pop that. Ooh. If you... Because I believe you mentioned Pirate Software. If you like it, have you played his game? I know he like, developed a game that seems to be quite popular. Have you played it? I've seen pictures and stuff of it, and like I've seen a lot of reviews, but... I know you play all kinds of... If anyone were to play like something like that, I feel like it's you, because you play... all kinds of genres. You're really across the map. When you showed me how many games you had, I thought you did, or you told me how many games you had. It was crazy. You're really like across the map with the genres that you play, which is interesting because honestly, of like everybody that I know, it's probably like you, Aaron, Torin, you guys are the most open-minded to exploring many different genres. Most of my friends are fairly locked into whatever genres they play, or not even genres, but just games they play. They're pretty, they have a few games that they play, and that's more or less all they do. And they play, like, all the time, but they just play what they play, and that's it. And often, most of my friends play, like, sports games, which I do not touch, so... I love them, but I don't play them. Not sports games, my friends, I mean. I love my friends, but I don't play the games with them. My brother plays mostly sports games. That's why I'm shocked he's playing WoW. Like, he used to play WoW a little bit, but he quit for a long time. But it's fun that he came back for the anniversary servers. It's nice to play with him, but we don't normally play together because all he plays is, like, UFC and, like, hockey and FIFA. I don't play that shit. You have not. Fair. There's another game, too, that reminded me... Or his game reminds me of the other game. I think it's called Undertale. And they both look very similar, and they both look fun games. And I've heard good things, actually, about both of them, but I haven't played. Is his Undertale, or is that a different one? But there's a game that looks similar to his game, and they both look like the same kind of genre. And they're both sort of like, I don't know, gothic-y looking, kind of? Like dark, kind of? It looks cool. They both look kind of fun. Like they'd be like fun, like stream kind of games. They seem like shorter, and also like they'd be fun, like content kind of games, because they're just visually stunning. Something I do want to play that I haven't played yet on stream. I want to play it on stream because I haven't ever played it. Is Little Nightmares 2. I loved Little Nightmares 1. It was so much fun. So I think the second one would be a lot of fun to play on stream. But we have so much lined up that I'm like, maybe we'll just wait. And I know this is like a ways away. We're really planning the future here, but maybe it just makes more sense to do it on Halloween because it's like it'll give us something to do for Halloween, and it's not like I don't have stuff. Like I have Sekiro, I have this game, we have Elden Ring, we still have World of Warcraft to play amongst all this, right? Like we have another Baldur's Gate playthrough. Like I have BioShock. There's so much. I have so many goddamn games like that I want to. So we'll see. We'll get around to Little Nightmares, but it might be more appropriate to do that. You know, but we'll figure it out. Honestly, we could, I guess, have people pick maybe what they want to see next too. That's always interesting. Interesting way to do it. These guys are starting to hurt a little bit more than the other mobs you've been fighting thus far. But thankfully they die very fast. Oh, that way first, okay. I was gonna go this way first. BioShock looks sick too. BioShock looks like a lot of fun. We're actually gonna switch this, I think. Whoops. Oh, I see. Gotta switch it like... No, is it N? Skill assignment. There. We're gonna take... We have Reap? I have show unavailable skills. I have all these abilities. I didn't realize I had Bone Spike. I didn't realize I had all these abilities. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Jesus Christ. Maybe I should just use Bone Spike then. Instead of Blight. And then take the points out of Blight and put it into something else. I'm going to have to look into this, like, Holy, I'm dumb. Decompose. Generate essence 12 per second. Tear the flesh from an enemy. So that gives you mana. So that's really helpful. Oy, oy, oy. God, I know. I see what you guys are saying. There's so many abilities you can choose from, and there's like so few options in the bar you have to like pick. I mean, yes, we've gotten this far. Yeah, I'm starting to see the problem though, but like, it is fun to get this far, but we do have a few extra wasted points, and I do see that. My goal originally, like, I didn't want to min-max it this early on. I'm just like, if it works until we hit a brick wall, then we'll like change it up and see what we have to fix. But if we're making it, then like, who cares? But at the same time, we are wasting some points. So maybe we don't have to min-max per se, but maybe we can just allocate points a little bit more effectively, while still like playing some kind of crazy psycho build that's not really optimized. And then if we hit a brick wall, we'll go to like Icy Veins, which you have provided for us, Dennis. I appreciate. I've looked at it a little bit to create like a min-max build, which I feel like would make the game a lot more fluid and easier. Not easier, but more calculated, I would say. Put up a fierce fight and help them off so people could try to escape. Piled up boards, tables, anything that they could use to try to stall the incoming massacre. Not up here. Oh, maniac. What a maniac. I see the blood orbs are right there. You've run through and get healed. Blood orbs. Yeah. When we click that, it's maybe this way? Is this the market square? Or is it where search? It's gotta be around here. Just letting this guy, just kiting this guy. I'm waiting for my demons to catch up to him. Come on. There we go. Heavy helm. Barb club. I think we passed where we needed to go. I think we have to backtrack a bit. It's supposed to be there, I guess. I guess we missed it. I'll go back. You've reached your destination. So we looked here. I can use to try and stall the incoming massacre. Yeah, I followed that. So we're searching for the guy in the market square. Is that there? Is that there that I missed it? Is it around or? Interesting. I see, you have to go up. Because we're up on the building, so this way maybe. That's how you do it. I understand. And then you go across. I see. So what's in here really quick? Filled with assortment of knickknacks, simple dagger, a few coins, and a lock of dark hair bound by a blue ribbon. Most of the pages are smeared with blood. The legible entries speak of cannibals overrunning the city. On the last page, Oyen has written she's not come. I didn't say that name right. I pray that means she's made it out. Okay, awesome possum. So, we're gonna go this way, and it's gonna take us across, and that's probably where the thing is. That's really neat. It's like Prince of Persia. Is that what the game was? Prince of Persia does that, I think, right? Protector. I don't know. I wonder if she can actually die. I feel like she can actually die. I feel like you actually have to save her and talk to her, right?
I don't know. The cannibals are rounding everyone up, killing, feasting. But a few, they drag away. The prisons, I heard. Why would these monsters keep anyone alive?
The prisons. Maybe there is a chance Oyun lives.
Find the prisons. Oh, now you slide down. That's what that's for. I gotcha. Alright. So the prisons are this way, I think. Probably, right? Or wait a minute. Oh, it's... no. prisons. Let's keep going. We'll see. I feel like you gotta keep going. Are you guys still playing Pal World? Remember Pal World? That was like all the rage when it came out. Are you guys still playing that? You guys were really into that. A few of you guys were. When that first came out. And I haven't heard... I heard, like... I thought they won the lawsuit, or, like, it got thrown out, or, like... I don't... Whatever happened, I don't think it was a win for Nintendo, which was a win for, like, the gaming industry as a whole, I believe. Because Nintendo seems very litigious. But... Yeah, I just haven't heard anyone talk about it in a little while. I remember watching... I thought I even watched Torin play it on stream a little bit, but maybe it wasn't on stream. Maybe it was just in Discord. But I remember watching you guys play it a little bit. Probably on Discord. Maybe it was stream, though. I don't even remember, honestly, now. Holy Jesus. Brother, taunt. Holy Christ. Get out, get out, get out. Oi, oi, oi. Look at that destruction. That was sketchy. Alright, well, we did it. I know Aaron was excited for me to play Atlas with him. And I have not tried it yet, but do you guys play Atlas? I don't know much about it. It doesn't seem too much like a Lorne game, but I'm happy to play with you guys because it's just an opportunity to play with you guys, so... Just an opportunity to spend a Saturday night chatting, which I'll always take. It's amazing how games that aren't your genre suddenly become fun just because you're spending with the right people. I avoided that. Sick. Dazed. Get fucked. Get fucked. When they have, like, the horseshoe thing over their head, does that mean they're, like, an elite? Like, what does that mean exactly, the horseshoe thing? Like, he just had it over his head, the horseshoe thing. He got wrecked. That's funny. Did we just go in a full circle? I think we did. We went the wrong way. Back up. Go back. Never liked the game. Sorry, that was Atlas that you didn't like? Or for Pal World, sorry. I mentioned a few things now. I think it's Pal World you're probably talking about, because I know YouTube is delayed. Something I'd like to play just in my own free time, like before bed maybe, but I don't have like a Game Boy or anything, but it's like Pokemon. The original Pokemon. It was just so much, it was such a relaxing game, so much fun to play. I feel like it'd be fun to like revisit Pokemon Red or Blue. I don't have like a DS or anything, but it would be fun to try. Or I don't know what the new Game Boy is. I feel like there's been something since the 3DS at this point. There has to have been some new version. The 3DS was sort of weird, and I didn't like it. It's such a cool concept, but I'm so afraid. My eyes already suck. I feel like I need to go to an eye doctor, but I'm so afraid that like we'll learn like 20 years from now that like 3D TVs or 3D tech, like it just destroys the eyes. It's so much strain on the eyes. I feel like it's not good. I know everybody says it's not, it's safe, but it feels like it can't be good. It just, because when I look at it, it doesn't feel natural. I can feel like my eyes straining when I look at it. So I don't know. I remember when 3D TVs first came out, they were like all the rage, but it didn't last for very long. And I think you had to wear glasses to look at the TVs. Crates. Let's see it really quick. Anything? Loose stone. Jade shield. We don't use shields to Necromancer, I don't think. This dude's pissed. Get wrecked, buddy. Get wrecked. Oh, what's this? Weapon rack. Highland trousers. The new Game Boy is called Switch. Oh, I guess you're right. Atlas. You never liked Atlas. I guess you're right. The new Game Boy is the Switch. That's fair. So we do have a Switch. So I do have a Switch. So I guess that's what I would play Pokemon on. True. I never thought about that. I forgot about the Switch. Switch has been out for a little while, actually. Casey actually got the Switch. Probably the first month it came out. She was so excited for it. It's funny because she's not like a huge gamer, but she really likes like Zelda. And I think when the Switch came out, Zelda just came out, and we couldn't find it when it first came out. We went to Best Buy because supposedly they had one last in stock. So we drove pretty far to this Best Buy. We went there, and we were able to find the Switch, the last Switch, but Zelda was still sold out everywhere. And then somehow the guy's like, "You're not going to believe this, but there was like one that fell between boxes, and I guess it was unaccounted for or something." But he's like, "We have it, so like today's your lucky day." And she got Zelda. I remember it was like made her Christmas. This was when it first came out, but she still plays it. Like, honestly, she plays WoW with me, I think, because like it's something I'll do, something I'll play with her. But honestly, I think her main game is Animal Crossing. She plays that damn Switch so much, and I hate the Switch. I can't stand the Switch.
Eat anymore, but they won't stop feeding us fruit and honey, bread and wine. I try to resist, but they force it down my throat. Everything hurts.
They're fattening them up to eat them, I imagine, right? That's what I would imagine. Gotta find a key, so it's gotta be this way. This prison level's really creepy. Oh, there, he's that way. Okay, so if he's that way, what's this way? They need a key. Okay, so down here is where we were, right? Yes. So then we're gonna get the key, and then we're probably gonna come back. Oh, a jailer. Oh, I love that you can just pour it out of that. That's like, see, that feels so freaking cheap. It's crazy. Cool, we got the keys. So we'll see what's in all these things now. Sick, what's in here? Is that to go down? What is that? Spikes. Is that a hidden wall? No, I guess the game doesn't have hidden walls. Okay. God, Souls games have ruined me. Everything's a hidden wall. Everything, just smack every wall. Eventually something will give. Ooh.
Hey, they get stronger from eating us. Our flesh. Isn't it wonderful?
Interesting.
No, I'm not ready yet. I can eat more. Get fatter. I'll taste better, right? Please, let me eat more.
Crazy, man. So at least I was right. That's why they fattened them up. That makes sense. Whoa, it's like a back. Holy. Is that called Karma? What was that? I thought I just saw a weapon called Karma or something. I don't know what that was. Alright. Looked like a legendary or something. Guess I'm crazy.
Off came a finger, out came an eye, packed up nice in the butcher's pie.
That's like Sweeney Todd. If you know about Sweeney Todd, Mrs. Luffins or whatever her name is. I don't remember the character's name. It's been a while since I've seen it. She kills people and bakes them into pies. Meat pies. Do you mostly play PC games, Dennis? Or like, do you have like Switches or like consoles? I don't really have consoles, but other than her Switch, which she mostly plays.
Oh, Yoon, are you here?
There he is. Oh, it's a girl.
You're not him. Who are you? The chopping. It stopped and I thought he was coming for me next.
Your friend Zelaya sent me.
She's still here?
You'll see her soon. We need to get through the market.
I know another way. It's safer. The old prison wing. It was sealed off years ago after an earthquake.
Prison wing, interesting. Okay, we'll finish this level. Is this, we have to fight now? Maybe survive?
Where did the cannibals come from?
The wall ahead. That used to be the entrance.
They were prisoners, a clan of bandits, so I skipped the dialogue too fast. They were prisoners, a clan of bandits, led by Tyrant Brawl. The wall ahead used to be an entrance. I was right. I said that was a secret entrance. I knew I wasn't crazy. See, it looked too suspicious. I love pet classes. Pet classes are so much freaking fun, man.
We'll get through. Stay close.
Okay, so this is something I mentioned before. The reason why I think my Necromancer sounds very posh and too intelligent is because for whatever reason I have this mentality in my mind that Necromancers are supposed to be like sort of like undeadish. Like I feel like they're no longer human and they themselves have prolonged their own life. I feel like Necromancers shouldn't be like 20 years old. I feel like they should be like 4,000 years old. And the reason why they're not dead is because they themselves have used life magic or death magic on themselves to maintain their own life. So they're almost like half living, half dead at all times, in my opinion. And maybe that's just my insane interpretation. That's not true. Maybe that's not what Necromancers are, but that's what I thought they were. I thought they were like very powerful, like dark magic wizards or warlocks, whatever you want to call it, that essentially sacrificed their humanity for power, sort of like a warlock. You sort of make a deal with the devil to become more powerful, in a sense. Not it's Diablo world. So when I say devil, I don't mean like Diablo or the devil. I just mean like you make a deal with evil that you know might consume a little bit of your soul in replace for like supreme power. Break time. What are consoles? The only other system I have wanted is a Steam Deck or something similar. Dude, Steam Deck looks crazy. Steam Deck looks insane. Oh my god. That is like crazy future technology. The fact that a Steam Deck can play like these super high level games on a handheld device is absolutely insane. This seems like a perfect game for like Steam Deck in my opinion. It's chill, it's fun, it's like sort of shut your brain off kind of fun. It'd be like so much fun. Can you play this offline, I wonder? Is this an offline kind of game? Because this game would be so good for like airplanes or long car rides, stuff like that. Holy, they charged into me. I was done there.
I'm out of essence.
Oh, I'm out of the mana. I do have the ability to regen my mana. So, okay, I'm gonna have to change my abilities because I got too many abilities. So we'll figure that out. Whoa, it's a lot of zombies. I'll just let you guys do your thing. Let you do your G thing. Just nuke them. Nuke them all. Curses. Self-healing. Necro is... Maybe I'm not playing it right, but the way I'm playing it is a lot of fun. Are all Cadies the same? Not all Necros are the same. Some want eternal life, some just want to raise the dead. Online only. Oh, it's online only. That's a shame. If only follow the Necromancer questline of BG3. Dude! Is Necro a class? Is that what you mean? Or is there a character? Is that what you mean? That'd be sick. I was thinking about doing Warlock next, because I just love Warlocks. I love demons and, like, you know, evil and... But that'd be really cool. Now, okay. I know there's the quest. Hey, it's a dungeon. Sick. Oh, that's the exit? Find the exit and escape. Oh, we're escaping. This is the dungeon we're in. I'm an idiot. I know there's a mummy. There's a mummy in Baldur's Gate, and I know that technically if you went to his, like, his basement, or you found that, like, hidden area, which I did find, but I never finished the quest. I found the freaking area. I'm an idiot. Where his, like, heart is in a jar, and, like, you destroy the jar, and that's how you, like, destroy him or something. I found the room not realizing, like, the jar is in there, and I forgot where it was, and I could have backtracked, but I didn't do it, so, like, who cares? But I remember that... Is that who you're talking about? That mummy guy that reminds me of Withers? He was in Baldur's Gate. Oh, Necro is a subclass. Okay. So we'll do Necro. But there was that guy that reminded me of Withers. That was like a mummy, which I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about. Very close to the end of the game. After you go to Baldur's Gate, he's upstairs. He's mad you went into his chambers. But he is a vendor. He sold some scrolls and stuff, I think. No, you found the Necromancer mummy in the city, which gave you the quest to find his ghouls, but you didn't do the quest. No, I didn't do it. No, I know I didn't. Yeah, and I looked it up after, and I'm like, oh, fuck, like, that room looks familiar. I had no idea it had anything to do with that, though. Like, I never made the connection. I stumbled upon so much stuff that I never even fully interacted with, because I was just looking for other stuff. Like, it's crazy how much shit I fell into and didn't even complete, but was close to, like, just doing stuff or triggering stuff by dumb, stupid luck because I went the wrong way and I made a mistake. It's crazy. That game is crazy like that. I was, like, so blissfully ignorant to the fact that I was, like, close to uncovering stuff that I had no idea what I was doing, or I didn't even, like, it just, that was, like, the whole game. It felt like failing forward the whole time, honestly. But it was fun. It was fun as hell. Give me, like, 30 seconds. I gotta pee really quick. Oh no, Diablo, the second I get up, Diablo crashes? Jesus, dude, we're coming right back in. Talk about timing. Holy moly, we're starting it right back up, guys. Sorry about that. Open it back up. He's a classic Necromancer from your standpoint. Sick. Oh man, that's unfortunate that happened. Hopefully, we're exactly where we were. Vessel of Hatred, that's what I like to call Twitter. I guess I'll say this. So a long time ago, a very long time ago, my brother actually works on a YouTube channel where he's like sort of a host of like some of the channel shit, and he like writes stuff. And he said a long time ago that when you're live, you should tell people, hey, we got an achievement, summon 100 skeleton mages or warriors as a Necromancer. Army of Bones, that's fun. He said to... Oh, cross-network. I didn't know Diablo's cross-network. He said to just tell people to like, to follow, or like, and remind people, because people are more than happy to do it, but I think people just forget. So if you ask them, which it feels wrong to ask, if you ask them, then like people are like happy to just do it. They just forgot that it's a thing. But it's like it costs nothing, and so that's why I guess I ask sometimes. But I remembered that he mentioned it to me, like, ask people not because they're not doing it out of spite, but more just they don't even think about it. So when you bring it up, they're like, oh, sure, if that helps them, I'm like happy to do it really quick. So like, that's an interesting perspective I never thought of. Because I'm like, so my mind is always, did we lose where we were a little bit? No, right? We're good? It doesn't save, so I think we're okay. Right? My mind is always like everything's an inconvenience or an annoyance. Or like, yeah. Or like begging, or I don't know. It just seems crazy. I don't know. There's a meme I saw of Alice in Wonderland where she's talking to the Cheshire Cat. The Cheshire Cat says, we're all mad here. And she says, that me? And that's like, that perfectly describes anxiety. Literally. Like anything I do, anything I say, I'm like, oh, I've ruined, that friendship's permanently over. I've ruined everything. I'm a complete fuck up. I should just get my mouth shut. This is what happens when I share my opinions. It's just, it's terrible, dude. It's terrible, dude. So. You've reached your destination. Final destination.
We made it. I can't stop my hands from shaking. Give me a moment.
Whoa, she's got a lot of dialogue. Okay.
I saw him at the royal court. He walked in unannounced. Demanded the city to be given to him. The overseers sent him to the prisons, of course. They laughed about the strange man all night. That was the last time they laughed. Royal blood ruled Guran for generations. Decadent and cruel, but they were saints compared to Bro.
James Brolin.
I was waiting for Zolaya at my home.
These names are crazy names. Can't we just get like a Frank in the Diablo world? Like this guy is his name is Henry. What about there's a lot of old names you don't hear anymore either, like Ruth or Barb. These are names I feel like don't exist anymore. Like B.
Yes. Where is she?
You don't go that way. I love this little dog I got. That's so cute. And I know he picks up gold, I think I saw last time. I thought that was an altar or something. I guess it's not.
It's safe now. Nothing will get you up here.
We did it.
Zolaya!
Finally, the meeting.
Oh, Yun.
Look at that. We did it.
Oh, you've come back to me.
Reunited and it feels so good.
Kept yourself in danger.
Oh, you stubborn cow. Of course.
Oh, you have
I
a rental car.
Where would I go without you to tell me?
Yeah, so it's like an airplane, isn't it? These new cars, it's crazy. The whole digital dashboard and built-in Spotify and built-in like Siri or whatever, it's crazy.
I'll give you that.
That's like standard now, pretty much.
Lorath here sent this one to find you. They need your help getting into the palace.
There's an old escape tunnel. The entrance is in the caverns nearby. Behind an alcove marked with the Overseer's cross. Twin sabers joined at the hilt. Press the left pommel to open the way.
Left. Okay.
Caverns. Could be worse.
I'm sorry to hear you have to deal with the rental, but it's nice at least you have something for transportation.
Take care of
Do you know how much longer you're gonna have to wait until you get your car back?
Let's go. Hiya!
Something I like discovered.
I think that was the merchant's horse. Best not tell him.
Poor merchant. That sucks. Something I noticed about like tech, which is interesting, is like this. Excuse my like shitty infographic. If this is like the spectrum of like tech, so this is like, you know, like no tech at all, and this is like the highest end, like only like rich people can like play around with like beta testing tech. What happens is, if this is like the Stone Age and this is like the future, or like this is like the cutting edge of technology right here, it gets to a point where the baseline starts moving closer to the future part, where like before, in order to get like only like millionaires maybe, when this tech first came out, had like the dashboard in their car with built-in Spotify and Siri and GPS built in and a big television screen in your car. Now you buy any Honda Civic, the cheapest car you can get on the market, and it's pretty much got a TV built into the dashboard. It's just how it is. The whole thing's digital now. So it's like, as tech moves forward, it becomes, I guess, cheaper to do, or more like everybody's just doing it. It just becomes standard. So like, even if you don't want to sign up for it and you're not like on this far down the line of like playing with the latest technology, just by simply existing and buying upgraded tech, if your car breaks down or you have to upgrade your car because it only lasts so long, eventually you start getting like, not pigeonholed, but like you become part of like the technology, because the standard just keeps like updating and like it becomes baseline. I don't know if that makes sense the way I'm describing it, but I was shocked that even like cheaper vehicles all have like these built-in dashboards now. I haven't seen one that hasn't had it yet, including like the very bottom of the line like Honda Civics that you can find. They seem to all be digital now, which is interesting, because it wasn't long ago that was like a huge feature. Now it's just like part of the car.
You know, when we
What do you mean, Dennis?
I assumed this connection you have with Lilith would lead you to darkness, as it has Elias. But after the good you've done here, maybe I was wrong.
So I do have Lilith's blood in me, right? I should be so lucky. Oh, sorry, what did you say? I didn't say you said more. This is a good newer car. The informant. Infotainment is for radio only. None of this hiding needed functions in a screen. Also, no end in sight for insurance. I'm sorry to hear that. They make you think they just include it for the basic price. Yeah, well, you're correct. I'm like, that I'm not denying. It's just, I think you would have to maybe have something custom built if you wanted a car that's completely analog. I think like they're sort of forcing you into having these like digital hybrid cars now that have like built-in computers. If you wanted something that was free from that, I don't know if you'd be able to go to any dealership to get it. They sort of like force it upon you with the base models now. Is sort of more what I was saying. At least in Canada, it seems that way. You know, my family drives like, you know, like white collar vehicles, I guess you could say, or blue collar vehicles rather. Like, you know, nothing's fancy, just like to get to work. And even those cars are like pretty digitalized or computerized, whatever you want to call it.
While you were in the city, I was thinking on Elias's plans. Which of the lesser evils he means to summon. What he did to go round is a clue.
I can't wait to see one of these lesser evils.
Drowned it in blood.
Meaning his goal is likely Duriel or Andariel.
I want to see what one of them look like.
What's the difference?
Duriel
Are they brothers?
Physical pain, Andariel revels in mental and emotional.
I figured they were like a yin-yang kind of thing. That makes sense.
If Elias succeeds, many more cities will share Gulran's fate. Our only hope is he hasn't completed the summoning yet.
The water looks really nice in this game. Oh, there we go. This is gonna be sick. This is gonna be a sick dungeon we're gonna do. So the fancy screens and bars are because if is cheaper. Why have 20 buttons with wiring when it can just be software? Cough, cough, Tesla. Oh, that's true. I guess that I never thought of it like that. That's interesting. When revealed at Geneva, I don't know how to say that, was the world's most expensive car, costing at a mind-blowing in 1975. Wow, that is a lot of money. Wow, what would that be in today's? Holy moly, man. Did anybody actually buy that? There must have been like a few people that bought it, like oil princes maybe, right? Like maybe like John Wayne, like who bought that car? Like I feel like there was like a very select few psychos that actually spent that much money back then, which probably now is, I don't know what that would convert to. A lot. That was a lot of money back then. Did I just hear something? Or is that my guy? No, I heard something. Okay, I'm not crazy. Ooh, get out of there. My god, the spiders. Blood orbs? Oh, shit. I gotta go to an alchemist. I forgot. I can upgrade my potions again. Okay, we gotta go to an alchemist. something I really like about this game, and I think they've done a very good job with it, is like right here, I forgot about that, but it's telling me upgrade available at Alchemist. It's really user-friendly. Like, whoever thought of that to, like, do all that stuff to remind you, in case you forgot, you can do this. It's, like, brilliantly done. It's very obvious, very clear. It really helps. It really helps. So I really appreciate the fact that that's an option. Probably some of the best I've seen in any game, honestly, up to this point. Well... So, here's a real shit take that I feel like everybody's going to disagree with. I think the Cybertruck is pretty cool. I think it looks like a toy. I think it looks like... Yeah, I think it looks like a toy. I think it looks like an 8-year-old designed a car. And I think most cars are very boring looking. And I think it looks silly. And I think that's why I like it. Because it's just like, it looks like a toy. And I don't think a Honda Civic looks very cool. And I don't think most cars look very cool. So it's like, instead of just the same mediocrity that exists, why not something that looks insane? And it's so silly looking and ridiculous and outlandish and childish and unrealistic. And I'm okay with that. I think it's sort of fun. I think what would be coolest, but I like Batman. So what I think would be coolest is if you have like a Cybertruck and you paint the whole thing matte black, then it just looks like a Batmobile. And I think that's pretty cool. Because it looks like a Batmobile. People. The problem is, like, people hate Elon, so like he could even like find the cure for cancer, and people would like hate him. I'm not a pro Elon person. I don't really care. I don't know him. What the fuck do I care? I just think that his car looks like a toy, and I think like, hey, if the option is like toy or like dystopian Honda Civic, which is just like a sheep car that looks like every other, it's just like a soulless, lifeless, boring. It's very functional. Don't get me wrong. You know, we got a Honda Civic. You know, I ride in a Honda Civic more than I ride the bus, but it still is just like a lifeless, boring, just get from me from A to B car. And I think if I had to choose get me from A to B in a Cybertruck that looks like a Batmobile or a Honda Civic, I think I would choose the Batmobile looking thing. But I know that's not a popular opinion. People don't like Elon for whatever reason. I don't really even know what the reason is, because I stay off Twitter. I don't really care. Honestly. I don't really have a horse in the race. To be fair though, like, I would prefer to drive like the Wienermobile, like the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile over like a Honda Civic, just because it's like, it's fun, it's spice up life a little bit, right? Isn't it more fun to just riding around a giant hot dog than it is to ride around like a soulless, silver dinged up car that's been hit 1,000 times? Maybe that's just me though, right? Just, you know, I think it's funny to drive around in a hot dog just because it makes like, it just starts a conversation. I don't know. So.
Just as Oyun described.
Elon is a very, very evil person. Yeah, it's a Hot Wheel! Horribly built cars ever in modern time. Why is it, Car prices is so inflated. Wow, $175,000. Almost $176,000 is... I guess it's nothing now because car prices are so inflated. But that's a lot of freaking money for a car, man. That is still a lot of money for a car. I understand like, you can buy like a Bugatti for like $100 gazillion, but like... It's all the same. It's all meaningless shit to me, in my opinion. I don't care about cars. I'm not a car person. I don't care. That's why, like, if I could legit drive the Adam West Batmobile, I would drive the Adam West Batmobile. Because I like Adam West. What's gonna pop through here? I fucking knew it. Cinematic? Cinematic?
Why do we stay here? Need more prey, more meat.
And you will have it once Elias has finished his grand work.
What work?
You will see soon, bro. The seeds we have sown will be.
On the ground he stepped on.
Good one will be reborn.
Why is a Cybertruck dangerous? I don't know anything about cars.
Elias, he is poised to summon Andariel into the world. Her power will lift us to new heights. And of course, you will have more meat.
I want to watch.
Certainly, great bro. You will guess.
You're so funny, dude. You're so funny. It started raining. Now look away from the road to hit like 3 buttons on a touchscreen. Tesla can't handle rain? Is that what you mean? If Elon was in BG3, you'd have sex scene with him. Yeah, because he's evil like Asterion. I get what you're saying. You're so funny, dude. That's so silly. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about Elon Musk. I just know everybody talks about him. That's all I know. I know he did PayPal. That's what I know Elon Musk for. And now he does like when someone becomes that contested, Maiden of Anguish. The less evil he means to summon. So we're fighting Andriel first. Very exciting. Andriel is the god of physical pain, right? Not of mental pain, he said, I think. Durniel is mental pain, I think. Mental anguish, or is it the other way around? Yeah, like... when someone becomes that like highly contested, like Elon, I just start tuning out. So I'm like, all right, I can't even... I don't care enough. I mean, there's nothing I personally am going to do to like resolve the situation that he's causing, so I just don't want to get caught up in the negative emotion associated with it. But I'm curious for you guys to answer. Like, what's the deal with him? Why does everybody dislike him?
I cannot carry more.
He just seems to say a lot of outlandish shit. Can I... Okay, Dennis, quick question. Could I teleport out of here, sell some stuff, teleport right back? Or because I'm in a dungeon, I can't do that. I'll have to like restart the dungeon. Because I'll drop some of the less important shit, because there's a legendary there. Each time Bone Storm damages an enemy, gain a barrier. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Plus one to Golem Mastery. Okay, that's obviously better, dude. Blood Mist triggers corpse explosion on surrounding corpses. When Blood Mist detonates a corpse, its cooldown is reduced. Ah, that seems crazy, but I'm not using Blood Mist right now, but that seems in-frickin-sane. We have legendary in every slot. Every slot is legendary. Jesus Christ. Wow. Okay, we'll dump, like, who cares? We'll dump this. So I could pick up the ring in case I can't come back. Oh, yes, TP. You can TP. Okay, I'm gonna do it right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't know if it would, like, fuck this up. So we're gonna sell it. We'll come right back, sell more shit. How cool is that? So sorry, what'd you say? Windshield wipers and cabin temperature control require multi-screens and buttons on the touchscreen to adjust. In my normal car, I reach over and twist a dial. No looking away from the road. Yeah, I feel that with all the cars, though. I think it's the worst invention are these screens in our cars. Like, they say cell phones are dangerous, then you put a computer in our car, it's the stupidest thing in the world. There's too much fiddling that can happen when you're driving, that I think that it shouldn't work, in my opinion, while you're driving. It should only work when the car is completely stopped. You should be able to like play around with Spotify and stuff. I know it's not a popular opinion, but what does this do? Restore the cooldown of your primary resource when you crowd control an enemy. I don't crowd control too much, though. Distance enemies have 10% chance to be stunned for 2 seconds when they hit you. Fire resistance. It's to all elementals. Poison resistance. Yeah, it's not much. Vulnerable damage. Reduce cost. Yeah, I like that one better. Alright, we'll just sell everything, I guess. Yeah, like a lot of the things you can do. Like, if you have to check GPS, that's one thing, but like checking Spotify and stuff while you're driving seems really dangerous. And there's a lot of I watch people all day long play around with it. Like when you see people next to you in cars, they're fiddling with it all day long at stoplights and stuff, and it seems like distracted driving has gone up, just up and up and up since the tech in these cars have increased. So 2 points about Elon. He treats people badly. He makes shitty items, quality, and has tons of bad ideas. That's fair. It's only a Tesla thing. Other brands still use physical buttons for basic functions. Yeah, that's fair. You know, I always liked analog, personally, for the most part. I don't really know much about the tech of the Cybertruck. I just think I like it looks like a Batmobile. I think it looks sick. It's just because my point is, like, if everybody was saying, man, that Cybertruck is unsafe. Oh, man, a lot of people are dying in that Cybertruck. But no one, everybody I hear just talks about the way it looks. And I'm like, you're saying this as if all the cars aren't, like, boring and ugly. They're all boring and shitty and ugly. Like, very few of them look really cool to me, in my opinion. They're all just functional. So, like, go on about how shitty it's built, how poor quality it is, how dangerous it is. Those are valuable complaints. But, like, when everybody's complaining about how ugly it is, it's like, well, I mean, compared to what, right? Like, they're all ugly. Most of them are ugly, in my opinion. I think, like you said, it looks like a Hot Wheel, right? Like, a lot of the cars that I think are really sick looking, these really expensive, I wouldn't drive them. They seem really dangerous and not built safely, especially for Canadian roads. They look like toys. So like they're cool to look at, they're cool to have in your garage. I don't know if I'd feel safe or comfortable in one, honestly. Even with money, I don't know if I'd feel like safe or comfortable in one. Just because they seem to be built for speed, not safety. A lot of them, from my understanding. Or maybe if they are built for safety, I feel like safety takes a back seat to like speed and aesthetic first. It's illegal in the EU, that's funny. I see, we have to go this way. It's funny that the EU bans that because they have those. You guys have really fast what's it, Autobahn or something in Germany? Don't you guys have that where you can drive like 200 miles an hour, which is insane. Like that's crazy. That seems crazy unsafe. I've seen videos of crashes of people like dash cam crashes, and it's just insane. To be fair, it always seems self-inflicted, like people are driving recklessly, but it's like, wow, that's crazy. Like these, to go that fast, that seems like so sketch to me. But I know people are like adrenaline junkies. Ooh, another amulet, sick. That's why. That makes sense. Fair. Yeah, I think of all like the cool like silly toyish kind of cars, I don't know the real name. I just remember the way it looks. I thought it was like a Porsche 911 from like the 90s, I think. Like a black Porsche 911 from like the 90s, I think is the name of the car. That's a really cool sports car. I don't know. I just like the way it looks. Porsche. Is that how you say it? Porsche? That's how you're supposed to say it? Right? Something like that. Ooh, that was a one shot. I was too slow. We gotta move faster than that, boys. It's not safe to have them running there. It doesn't deform on crashes, so people would die in a high-speed crash. That's sketchy. That's real sketchy. Holy moly. Alright, this way. We're gonna get her this time, boys. We're gonna get her this time. We're gonna play smarter. One more talent, by the way. Let's give it to our skeletons. 20% increased damage. That's helpful. We don't have any demons, though, but we can come back to summon them, I think, hopefully. And we got Lorath's help as well. Oh, they summon for us. That's awesome that they just summon the second we get in here. That's really cool they do that to us. Okay. We're gonna get out of that. Where'd she teleport? She's gone. What happened? What the fuck? What's going on? Where is she? What is happening? Is she bugged? Hey. You come over here? Will you follow us over here? Will you follow us here? Because I don't know what's going on. There. I don't know. She went in the wall or something. That was weird. Now I can see her again. Now we can attack her again. That was strange. Okay, taunt. Grab some aggro if you can. There, now she's taking some damage. Hit her with one of those. Hit her with a few blood orbs. Slowly dying. Okay, that hurts. Get out. Heal. Let them slowly whittle her down. Oh, she's knocked down. Okay, now we hit her with number 3, because that really hurts. That does a lot of damage. Yeah, look at that damage. Sick. Crush her. Crush her. There you go. It did a number on her. Ooh, that hurt. Blood orb. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. Oh, that was sketch. Holy. I don't have my gargantuan or whatever he is anymore, right? They're all dead. I don't have any bodies here. Oh, I don't know how you survive that. I'll try again. Do I have a checkpoint? Okay, I'll try again. So we did lose a lot of health when she was attacking us, when she bugged in the wall or whatever. So that didn't help. So if we can do that without that bugging out like that, then we'll have full health and we'll be able to probably do this. So we'll try again. You need minions. Yeah, well they'll pop up now. I did lose a lot when she fucked up, so this should probably work this time without the issue. We're gonna stay out of that red. That's where she ports. Okay, throw that on her, throw the blood orbs on her. Do this. Okay. Okay, get out. I don't have any corpses to raise any minions, unfortunately. But it seems like it's working better this time. We'll do Soul Leech again. Or whatever it's called. Soul Rift. Seems very powerful. Keeping us alive and healing us. That worked. So, I think her not being glitched in the wall helped. Because gruesome collection of partially eaten corpses, scraps, and fine clothing suggest these may be remains of the royal family. Oh, wow. Pants. Sick. We did it, boys. And I could have upgraded my pots as well next time. Okay, so I was reading what you guys said. Reach your destination. Wall of Sealing. Is this going to be a real boss now? Oh boy.
Look at all this. An archive of the Forbidden, handpicked by Elias himself. He must be planning to summon Andariel somewhere else. But he did his research here. Look around. There might be some clues that can tell us where the ritual will take place.
Cool. Very cool. Sketches of 3 shrines, each depicting one of the primevals. Diablo, Baal, and Mephisto. Below the drawings, Elias has written only the... Elias, is it? Only the blessed can open the way. So that's my character, I think, right? She's blessed by Lilith, isn't she? So... Or I thought, maybe I'm wrong. At the center of the map is the Temple of the Primes, an ancient complex buried beneath Mount Sivo. Notes are scrawled across the paper. They appear to be calculations for how much the Golarians populace would be needed to excavate the temple. Jesus, easy for me to say.
The prophecy is unfolding before my eyes. I was right to act on it. When the prime evils come, they will find no easy prey. We will be ready.
He wants to fight them. Oof. What was he going to say, buddy? What were you going to say? Oh, no. I missed that. Our rebirth begins here with Andrael chained to the heart of... Okay, she will feed on the suffering of the city of anguish, and we will in turn feed on her. Interesting. So he baited a demon to... He essentially fed the demon sacrifices to bait the demon out so we could capture the demon, consume the demon's power, and then fight the demons, the stronger demons, with the demon's power. That's my understanding. Jeez.
I recognize many of these books. He must have stolen them from their Roderick vault. Andariel, chained to the heart of Gulran. Her evil will not stay contained here. It will drown the land in suffering.
This is beyond madness.
Quite the opposite. Elias's mind is clear.
Oh, he is trying to save the world.
I knew him. He was
okay.
for a purpose. I couldn't give him one, and so he found it in Lilith. I didn't stop him. I let him become this.
So I get it. He's like he has to like become evil, not literally, but like consume evil to like.
Yes, we have what we need.
He's dancing close. He's dancing close to the fire. He got burned. It sounds like.
Now to find a way out.
I know he's got to know the enemy to beat the enemy. I get that. That part I understand. Jeez. Yeah, the ends justifies the means. No, I get that. Essentially, he's like Illidan. Like Illidan drank, Illidan fused with like demons to fight demons. He became like a demon hunter, but he himself is partially demon. But like only by taking on the demon powers is he strong enough to then defeat greater demons. So it's like you're almost sacrificing yourself and sort of like dipping your toe in evil to pick up the power of evil, but not fully submerge yourself that you become like twisted by it, but harness just enough of the evil power to like defeat the evil with its own power. Like it's fascinating. Once you do that, you will end up on the wrong side of good and evil. Oh, 100%. Like that's just it, right? Like, but this is what's interesting about WoW, specifically Illidan's story. Is Illidan is a good guy, but the good guys, light, who represent good, like it's light versus dark, light is so absolute in its goodness that it doesn't see the nuance of like human choice. So there was a scene where the light wanted Illidan to do something and Illidan refused. And Illidan ended up killing the light. And even though the light is what represents good, Illidan's like, true good is the choice and the autonomy. Following something blindly, even good, if you're following it blindly, in a sense becomes evil. Because true good is giving each individual the choice to make their own decision, not just force will upon them. And I thought that was an interesting take. I thought that was a really interesting take. Because technically, the light is good. But when it's forcing its will upon you, that almost seems like dictatorial, if that's the word, like a dictatorship. Or authoritarian, maybe. So I thought that was interesting, that Illidan's middle ground was like, no one should take away your autonomy, even the people that are doing so for like the greater good, quote unquote. You say no.
Should have killed him when I had the chance. We must hurry.
Choice is nothing. Well, no, it's not choice. I think it's autonomy. I think taking the autonomy away from an individual, it feels inherently evil, in my opinion. Yeah, that feels like controlling, a little bit like evil in a sense. Like good and evil are like, there's no way to like say what good and evil is anyways. Like it's all gray anyways, right? It's like your perspective on the situation of like good and evil. Evil wants you to think so. Oh boy, that sounds like oh, now we're getting onto a slippery slope here. World boss spawning soon. Because like evil wants you to think so. It's like that sounds like something evil would say. It's like it's pinning me against. I don't know now. Now I'm questioning myself. Alright. I should call the stream soon though. It is so maybe we'll do this last like quest thing, whatever this quest is, if it's a boss or something, and then maybe we'll call it tonight. This is an interesting conversation. What I do see in this world though is that, like everybody is a little morally gray. It is like nothing seems to be like super cut and dry, like good versus evil. Everybody seems to be sort of like a little bit fucked up, a little bit morally questionable. Even the good guys seem a little bit like I don't know. In this world, I mean. Sick. Okay. Oh, let's find. We're gonna get that. Okay, we'll get that teleport point right there. Really quick. Then we'll go right back to the. Ooh, is this a city actually? Hold on, where are we? No, doesn't look like it. What are you? Who are you? Waypoint unlocked. Is there like an alchemist here or something? What's this? Stash. That's my stash. So maybe there's an alchemist nearby or something? Maybe not. Okay. Maybe there isn't here. Frontier. Nope, those are enemies. Okay. It's a lot of enemies. Okay. Blast Wave Shrine, maybe another time. In Diablo, all are evil? Satan said God was evil for not allowing Adam and Eve to have the choice to take the fruit. Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's where I struggle with religion, because he's like, well, like... I agree with Satan in that regard. I do. I agree. Like following blindly seems just as evil in my opinion. I know it's a dog shit take. I know it's dog shit take, but I think like this is my logic, and I explained this to like my brother as well. Like maybe it's a stupid thought. You don't want to live in a world where you can't say words. You want to live in a world where you don't want to say words because you know it's hurtful to other people. If you live in a world where you can't say words, then people are acting out of good just out of fear of repercussions. You want to live in a world where people don't use certain language because they care about other individuals, and we're raised in a way where we're considerate of others, not because we're fearful of repercussions, of losing jobs, but because we don't want to hurt other people's feelings. That seems like a better world to live in than a place where we're just not doing stuff out of fear of repercussions. It seems like currently we're at a place where we're not doing stuff out of fear of repercussions. But it'd be cool if we could get to a place where we're not doing stuff because we're considerate. I don't know if that makes sense to me at least.
In this paradise, the Triune has reclaimed its ancient temple. Trouble is, we can't simply walk in. Elias was researching something about shrines to Mephisto, Baal, and Diablo.
Only the blessed can open the way.
Yes, but to be blessed by the primevals.
Damn risky.
Damn risky.
If it is the key to getting inside the temple, I will take the risk.
Well, I guess I'll take the risk. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I'll die 1,000 times?
We'll start there.
Ball's Shrine. Nice. Maybe we'll find Orin. Oh, more guys. And I think the difference is between, like, repercussions or wanting to do it out of the goodness of your heart is just intention. And there's no way to ever know what anyone's true intention is, but I think if we could try to just raise a world where, like, people's intentions are more pure. Of course, I'm speaking unrealistic. You know, there's so many people and variables and cultures, but at least your small circle. If you can surround yourself with people that are trying to be considerate of your feelings, the feelings of others, I feel like generally you're better off in life. But maybe I'm wrong. But it feels right. It does feel right, I'll be honest with you. We'll finish this last quest, and then maybe we'll call it. Because I unfortunately, it is Tuesday, and I do have stuff I have to do after stream. Hey, there he is. That's the god of death, right? Or is it like... Isn't it? Destruction? Destruction. Destruction.
His influence has launched every war in history. Never once has he tired of conflict. Speak his true name.
That's correct. That's something else I didn't understand. So there's a few things I don't understand about, like, the Bible, which is, like, Adam and Eve had 2 boys, and, like, what happens? Like, I don't know. Like, the boys, one of them sleeps with Eve, I think. The whole thing is just sort of,
2 more shrines to go.
I don't know.
Diablo and then Mephisto. Stay strong.
Stay strong. That's a good point about, like, the omnipotence, if that's the word. Like, it seems like, from what I learned in, like, Hebrew school, a lot of times that I went, and my understanding of, like, Hebrew school and, like, Bible school is, like, I think Hebrew school teaches more of the First Testament, and I was under the impression that Bible school teaches more of the Second Testament, because I believe the Christian Bible is more related to the Second. I think they teach both, but I think the Second Testament is more what Christianity focuses on, but I could be incorrect. And I always thought it was interesting that we're sort of all reading from the same book, but we all disagree, but it's all coming from the same place. I didn't understand that part.
Diablo, Lord of Terror. Every mortal fear, every nightmare, he is the root of it all. Always has been.
Eve did not sleep with her sons. She didn't. Okay, that makes more sense then.
Al Diabolos.
Al Diabolos. Am I gonna get knocked down again? Yeah, my poor character. My poor character. One more. Come on, just one more. See the future doesn't mean they can use that power at all times. That's fair. It's interesting. I find religion I find fascinating. More the history of it, like, you know, there's so much deep lore. So many different interpretations of like the same story. Yeah. I can't speak for any other cultures. I can only speak for myself. But like, it's amazing. You know, you'll have like 50 rabbis in one room, and they'll all have a different perspective on the same thing. And I feel like it's the same thing with every religion. I feel like there's more fighting amongst your own religion than there is even amongst the separate religions, each other. I feel like just amongst the Jews, we can't even agree upon the same story, let alone other religions. Good luck. And I feel like that's the same. I feel like all the Catholic priests are always arguing with the interpretation of the Bible, and all the Muslim leaders are arguing over the Quran. I feel like every religious leader group are always arguing with each other over what the interpretation actually means. I don't know of any organization where they all agree on this. Maybe Scientology, they all agree on what it means. Like, I feel like there's so many different scholars that are like, no, it's a slight variation. You misinterpreted this word. What he meant was this instead. And I feel like, and it's not even like large swaths of the story, I believe it's like micro words, like this means this instead of this, and that changes what this means, because like this should mean, you know, a possessive instead of a passive. Like, it's weird, like real nitty-gritty stuff is my understanding. Yeah, it's not only religion, of course, not only religion, but it's not the same book. It's a book that has been rewritten and translated, so much of the people have a general idea of it being the same. That's fair. That's book clubs. 50. Yeah, well, yeah, of course. That's just it, right? This is what's so funny though too, about like interpretation, and then we'll call it here. Ray Bradbury. If you guys know who Ray Bradbury is, he's a very famous author. I believe he's Canadian. I could be wrong, but I thought he was Canadian. But Ray Bradbury wrote Fahrenheit 541, which is one of my favorite books. And it's about like, essentially, firefighters exist in the future, and they burn books, and they burn knowledge. And I believe Ray Bradbury was doing a talk at a college, and he was fighting with the kids, the college goers, the students, because they were saying, this is what your book's about. I read the book, I know what it's about. And Ray Bradbury's like, I wrote the book, that's not what I wrote the book about. Now, I think it's funny that they're arguing with him, telling him he's wrong about his own book. But the truth is, I think they're both right, because ultimately it's about interpretation, and there's like no like right or wrong in the sense of like whatever you get from it, you get from it. Maybe now you could be wrong about what the writer's intentions were. If Ray Bradbury said, I didn't write about that, then you're wrong. He wrote about whatever he wrote about. But what you're not wrong about is what you interpreted from the book. Whatever you get from it is your interpretation of it. It's not the writer's interpretation, but it's your interpretation, and you're welcome to have that interpretation. That's what makes it so interesting, I think. Everybody can read the same book and get something different out of it. I think that's fascinating, and that's what's interesting, you know, like, it's a tax-evading organization. That's why finding the Dead Sea Scrolls was so important. That's so funny. Hey, I don't know the first thing about any of this stuff, honestly. I just, I find it interesting to, like, talk about it, because everybody has a different perspective, and I'm interested to learn what that perspective is.
You need to be careful. Her blood is already a part of you.
I can handle it.
What's gonna happen here?
The power here is already agitating you.
What's gonna happen?
I told you I can handle it. Tell me what to say, and then go search for the temple.
My character's getting pissed.
So be it. When you're ready, speak the name Dol Mephistos. But watch yourself.
What's gonna happen? Something's gonna happen. My character does seem like agitated or angry or something, the way she's speaking now. What's gonna happen? Okay, we gotta enter through the fiery portal. We're supposed to call it right now, but we're entering through portals, and we're gonna get murdered. We're probably gonna fight a boss, and then we'll call it maybe. Bloodied wolf. They found them in 1965. Are you talking about the Mormons, or is that something else? I saw that episode of South Park with the Mormons. I saw the Book of Mormon. The Book of Mormon was really creative. The Book of Mormon was so funny.
Mephisto. I know who you are now.
That's Mephisto this whole time? I had no idea.
That doesn't mean we can't help each other.
That's crazy.
That
wow.
Elias seeks to use the power of the primes for his own ends. No one knows their place anymore, do they?
Man, I would listen to this guy narrate the shit out of an audiobook. How cool is his voice?
His meddling has drawn echoes of the past to my refuge of hatred. But you and I can put things back in order. Once you've brought peace to this realm, I will be able to give you my blessing.
Man, this guy's got James Earl Jones swagger. Holy moly. Plot twist. Dude, that was a crazy plot twist, dude. I wasn't expecting that. Like, what I find so fascinating about Diablo. Destroy the barbarian defenses, slay Gorm. Okay, so we'll fight this dude. We'll fight Gorm. That'll probably be the end, and then we'll call the stream until next time. Thank you guys for being here today. Thanks for tolerating this ridiculous talk. I appreciate everybody being as I know we can be. Look, there's a world where we can all talk about these things and be cool with it. And even if people get pissed off, we get over it because we love each other, and that's life. And like, no one means to cause any harm anywhere. We're just sometimes say the wrong things at the wrong time, but it's never from a place of malice. So I appreciate everybody being responsible enough to even understand that even if the wrong thing does get said, it's never from a place of ill intent. It was just maybe misspeaking. So you guys are the best for that, really.
We will never fall to the prime.
Yo, get out of here. He's easier than I thought. Okay, that was easier than I thought. I couldn't believe that. I can't believe that's Mephisto, though. That is insane. I was not expecting that. I thought the dog was trustworthy, honestly. At first, I didn't trust him. At first, I thought he wasn't trustworthy, but then he earned my trust. I thought maybe he is like... there's an episode of Simpsons where Homer goes on a psychedelic adventure because he gets into a fight with Marge because he eats too spicy of a chili. And the wolf is his spirit guide, and it's voiced by Johnny Cash. And I thought that this wolf, this bloodied wolf, I thought was our spirit guide into like the outer world or whatever. At first I didn't trust him, but then I did trust him, and I thought he was going to guide us. But now he's Mephisto, so... But Mephisto maybe is going to be like... I know Mephisto's a bad guy. Maybe he'll be a good guy because his intentions align with ours. So even though he's bad, he still wants to kill a greater badness. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
I'm not a doctor.
You were born for this.
Talk for yourself. You're very ill-intended. You're so funny, Dennis.
Prime Evil would need a mortal's help.
Yeah, that's nuts. Like, the fact that he's coming to us is crazy.
I've had some bad luck in recent years. Trapped in those soulstone trinkets. Cast back to hell.
Look at that thing in the back, by the way. How crazy is that?
Is reforming, and so my power has limits. We all have our ups and downs, don't we?
Interesting. So he's weakened right now. That's interesting.
You deserve far worse.
Oh, come on. He's helping us. Don't talk to him like that.
Offer you help, and yet
yeah.
You repay me with hatred. Why not focus that anger on Lilith for the time being?
That's my point. Just take the help for now.
Take my blessing. Destroy her. Save your world.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Yeah, do it. There you go. Who were those barbarians?
Victims of my brother, Bale. He laid waste to the barbarian lands long before your time. I wish I could have seen it with my own eyes. I had no part in it, though. Elias has upset the balance at the Temple of the Primes, and those shades of the past belong in Bale's domain, not mine. But I do welcome their hatred.
Am I been saying that name wrong the whole time? Or we talked about this, didn't we? I thought it was Baal, but is it Baal? Or is that just how you pronounce it in different like regions, maybe? I feel like we talked about this before. I forgot. But guys, I think we'll call it here. Right? What's next? Yeah, Lorith. I feel like it's just gonna keep going. So we'll call it here for now. This is a blast. This is so much fun. My God. Still not as fun as playing with you guys. I'll be honest. You know, it's more fun to play with you guys if you guys are ever available whenever we're live. I understand everybody's busy, so there's no pressure. But if the time ever comes, we can play again together. I'm always open to it. But it was fun today. Thank you guys. If anyone like is kind enough to like the stream or follow or share or whatever it is, any buttons that you think would help the stream, it's appreciated. If it costs you nothing and it's just a quick click that you forget about, you may forget about it the second after you do it, but it does mean a lot to me. So if there's anything that you're willing to do to help, whether like liking or subscribing or whatever, I appreciate it. But have a wonderful night. Next stream will be Sunday guaranteed, but if we end up doing Molten Core on Saturday, which I believe we are, I don't want to promise that I'll live stream it, but we probably will, assuming like the house isn't busy and I don't have a whole bunch of people running in the background screaming or anything like that, which I don't think anybody's coming over for the weekend. I don't think we have any visitors. So if that's the case and I have a little bit of privacy where I can raid, then maybe we'll do an extra Saturday stream where we play some classic WoW and do some Molten Core for those that are interested in WoW. Otherwise, have a wonderful night. I will see you guys Sunday. We'll chat soon. Sunday might be, maybe, a WoW stream because there are WoW drops. So I feel like that is a good time to grow a little bit on Twitch if there's like free drops. Plus, like we play WoW anyways. I feel like maybe I should take the opportunity to sort of jump on the bandwagon of WoW being popular right now, because I imagine it's not going to last for very long. And if there's ever a time to grow, I feel like it's when the game that you main is very hot. Not that like growth is like the number one thing we're doing here, but it seems like a very low-hanging fruit, and it's something we do anyway, so why not lean into it, is sort of my logic. But I'm curious what you guys think about it. You can let me know in the Discord. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you guys either Saturday or Sunday. Be safe, and I'll even know I'm out.